Hi guys, welcome to the West Africa T20I trophy match number one, Nigeria versus Zambia. We have the Zambia have got a great start taking wicket early on in the innings on the first over itself. Nigeria, even though they have lost a wicket, they seem positive, scoring 14 runs of 2.3 overs so far. We have Salim Salah batting along with Daniel, who had come in now after the wicket. The scores are 7 runs out of 7 balls for Salim Salau and 4 runs out of 4 balls for Daniel. We have Pindi bowling his second over. The match prediction so far is that we are expecting Nigeria to be scoring closer to 150 runs in the first innings. And with the win predictions, it says 75%, 73% for Nigeria. Initially, pre-match, we had it more than 75%, even closer to 80% for Nigeria since Zambia got their first wicket. The win percentage for Zambia slightly started to increase, whereas now with a four which came in this ball, it has again gone down for Zambia to 24%. What do you think will be the line coming out of power play, Gokul? What do you think they should be scoring in this tournament, in this pitch, in order to put up a total which they can defend quite comfortably?
I think it's a pretty early period in the innings so far. So obviously we can't really come up to the conclusion on how the pitch is going to react. Again, this is the first
Hmm.
game that we're playing here in this ground in Nigeria. So I think it's going to take a little bit more time for us to get used to the conditions to see how the pitch reacts. But I think overall, if you're Nigeria, you'd be looking at maybe around 45 runs from here. Obviously, that's where you want to go. Where you want to be. To get yourself off to a good start, and they probably wouldn't want to lose any more wickets. Obviously, Salah looking pretty decent. Like, he got a couple of boundaries early on, so I'm sure that's gonna help his confidence as well for the rest of the innings. And I think if they get to that
Yeah.
44, 45 run mark at the end of the power play, then it
Hmm.
means it's going to be a little bit easier for them when they
Yeah.
start chasing that massive target that they want to get to at the end of the first innings.
Definitely agree to that, Gokul. 45 is somewhere something what they should be aiming at, I would say. Obviously, they shouldn't be losing any more wickets after losing one in the first over itself. So
Yeah.
I think if they get to the 45 mark without losing any wicket, then coming out of power play, they can be very confident with their scores. And uh, I think the boundary seems a bit standard size, a bit bigger, I would say. So it might be easier for them to take a lot of
Yeah.
singles and twos coming out of power play.
Yeah, I think the straight boundaries
That is what.
especially look really big, doesn't it, Kritesh? So I feel like it
Yeah,
might be more fours in the game than sixes, and it might be
definitely.
more ones and twos basically after the power play. So I think this is probably a period of play
Hmm.
that the batsmen probably want to take the fielders on, because obviously if you can
Yeah,
clear that 30-yard circle, then you're going to get boundaries now. But post power play, you're going to struggle a bit for boundaries, and I think that's the attitude for Salim Salah. He's played a couple of aerial shots there as well, trying to take that fielder on. So I think
definitely.
that's the goal for him. And Aslam probably just wants to make sure that his line is spot on that fourth or fifth stump, to make sure that he doesn't end up giving away any unnecessary boundaries early on in the innings, and basically giving this batsman the opportunity to build some momentum.
Yeah. After these two fours in this over and the previous over, we can see that the current run rate is slowly creeping up. On the stream, we can see the projected score is 133. Obviously, it is going to be increasing after this four again. Outfield looks very fast, I would say, Gokul. It is very smooth, very
Yeah,
fast.
yeah.
So, as you mentioned earlier on, we can be expecting a lot of fours, more than sixes, with the boundaries being a bit bigger than usual, I think.
Yeah, I think we got a question, Kritesh. Can you just have a look to see what it is about?
Yeah, Hanan has asked where to watch live. So, Hanan, if you click on the link which is pinned on the comment section, it will take you to Cricket Launch TV where you get to watch this game for free. And they're also proud to say that this is the fastest stream out there for this international cricket which is going on now, West Africa Trophy. So, please feel free to click on the link and it'll take you to Cricket Launch TV where you get to watch all the West Africa matches which is going to be happening. This is obviously the first game, and we have a couple of games coming on. Not just the West Africa T20, we are also covering Falcons Champions Trophy, which is happening in Kuwait. So you get to watch. most of the crickets which is happening
Yeah, just to
recently.
let you
And
guys know as well, it's fully free to watch and it's ad free as well. So it's basically the best outcome for you if you want to watch any of the cricket that we have on offer on cricketlaunch.tv.
that's as we were talking about it, we have a wicket there, Gokul.
Yeah,
Salim Salau, he seemed pretty confident, scored three boundaries in the last 2 overs,
yeah,
scored 18 runs of 13 balls. When he set himself in the crease, seemed a bit aggressive. He
yeah.
lost his wicket. That is what you don't expect to happen in power play. You get settled, but you don't go for risky shots. That is exactly what he did, going for risky shots when he expected that. And I think that is the confidence which has to do after scoring three boundaries.
Yeah,
Definitely, you feel that confidence that you are capable of scoring boundaries
yeah.
and you would want to go for more. That hunger is what causing the wicket here, I would
Yeah,
say.
I think it might be a bit unnecessary though. I feel like he could have
Yeah.
maybe he's gotten the start for his team. They've already lost his fellow opener. His mindset realistically should have been to stay within his capabilities, trying to score a few more runs in the power play before he takes any more additional risks. But unfortunately, he ended up taking the risk and it's gone against him. So it's something that he'll have to consider for the future games in this competition. And obviously, how important his wicket is because as soon as they lost his wicket, that projected score has started to move down a bit. So I think he should have known better, and I think he does know better, and he's going to be disappointed with himself. Based off what's happened so far today.
Definitely, definitely. You should learn from this, I would say. We have the new batsman, it is Isaac. So let's see if he gets to have a great start. It is the two new batters having lost both the openers for the Nigeria. Zambia seem a bit confident. We do not expect Zambia to be performing a great bowling today. We expected the scores to be more than closer to 160, I would say.
Yeah.
160 is obviously a great score in this stadium. Bigger boundaries, so it is not very easy scoring sixes here. So we might be expecting a lower score, which can be quite defendable here. Now, the projected score on the stream says 136, and we have a run prediction saying closer to 128. I don't think 128 is the right mark. We might be still expecting closer
Yeah,
to
I think it's just because
140, I
of
would say. The
the
wicket,
immediate
yeah,
wicket after that, the initial wicket results. I think obviously Salam's wicket's worth quite a lot. You'd expect a bulk of their runs to come through him. So I think that's another reason
mhm,
why everybody's almost expecting a collapse potentially from this Nigerian batting team. But again, one thing again we need to remember, Kritesh, is that there's
mhm.
quite a lot of quality at this level in this Nigerian team. There's a lot of experience there, and I think we have to just give them time. Isaac's the new man in. He's got pretty good
Yeah.
numbers as well. He's a really young, exciting player to watch as well. So I think we just have to give it some time to see how it goes.
They're very quick between the wickets as well, Gokul. So we might be expecting a lot of running between the wicket, I would say. That is what we have been seeing. If it was not for the three boundaries which we saw, almost every ball we were expecting a single with them. So these guys are definitely quick between the wickets, and coming out of power play, they might get quite comfortable scoring runs of singles and twos, I think. Uh, we have a question from Vikram asking, is JJ playing? I'm not quite sure who JJ is. Maybe he knows somebody from Nigeria or Zambia, which we might not be knowing.
Yeah.
Uh, he was the one interested in African games. Last week he came in the stream for the Falcons Champions
Yeah, when
Trophy,
we
and he
informed
was,
him that we're going to be covering this, tournament, he was very
yeah,
happy. So, I hope
yeah.
you're enjoying your time there, Vikram. Again, just to let you guys know as well, after the 4 overs, they're 26 for two. Daniel on four and Isaac's on just a single of the two balls he's faced so far. Yeah,
Yeah. Daniel, I would say he's not very good at striking. His strike rate is around 90. So I don't think he might be expecting a very aggressive play from Daniel Ajikun.
Vikram
His
says Zambia is a beautiful country. Hope they can pull through today. They've gotten off to a great
definitely.
start though, Vikram. So if you're a Zambia supporter, you're going to be really happy with the start they've gotten so far. Getting two wickets early on in the power play, limiting the scoring rate, especially after going for a few boundaries early on. Aslam's bowled really well, hasn't he, Kritesh? He's bowled the
Definitely,
2 overs,
definitely.
just 1 run. Just 13 runs of the
Then,
2 overs with the wicket as well. So I think
yeah,
he's going to be really happy with his performance so far. He probably wants to finish it off in a high. A really
that's a
good
good
ball,
going from
but
Daniel.
it's
As you were talking about his strike rate being
yeah,
low so far, he proved us wrong going for the boundary there.
yeah.
He scored 8 runs of 4 balls. I think this
Early on
boundary
in
will push his
the
confidence.
competition, this is what you need to do, right? This is
Yeah.
the intent that you need to show. Um, so Vikram says can't seem to find the game in the website. So unfortunately, Vikram, if you are watching the game, I think you said you live in the Middle East. We don't have the streaming rights for this game in the Middle East. So certain regions in the world, obviously, certain other stream providers have the access to it. But we cover this game mostly everywhere else, basically, especially in the Indian subcontinent, Europe, etc. So it might be something that you'll have to keep in mind. You can obviously always tune into the YouTube, watch along as well, so that we can give you some constant updates on how the game's going, if that helps.
Yeah. I think they were looking for the ball after the shot from Daniel Isaac. They couldn't find the ball.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ajikun, after the shot from him, they were unable to find the ball. Finally, a player from Zambia team, he went in search of the ball and found it. We have the match continuing now. I think it is Ayaz Dadabai bowling for Zambia. His
Yeah.
first over. It was a great comeback after giving a boundary very first ball.
Yeah,
As you
definitely.
mentioned, their running between wickets is very perfect. We see them going for another run, even though they hit the ball straight to the fielder.
Yeah.
They went very confidently for that run.
That's really positive though, Kritish, because a lot of the times what we see is from time to time the teams almost forget that they need to take those quick singles, put that pressure on the the fielding team. So it's really important for them to get off to a good start, and I think they've done that after losing those early wickets. It's a good
Yeah,
lead there as well. There's no need to take on that risk and play
risk.
a
Yeah,
rash shot in that line. So I think it's really smart batting so far from the uh, Nigerian
Nigeria.
pair
Yeah,
between Daniel and Isaac, and I think they'll need them to bat with that positive intent without making any mistakes. At least when till that 10th over mark.
definitely, definitely.
Because again, I'm not quite
So,
sure about how much of batting is left to come in this Nigerian team. But really good bowling so far from Ayaz after, like you said, getting hit for that boundary in the first
mhm.
ball. So really good comeback.
Yeah, definitely, Gokul. After the boundary in the first ball, very first ball of this start to the tournament, I would say, he has had a great comeback, giving only 1 run to that. That's a great shot. Maybe a wicket opportunity? No.
Just doesn't quite
Yes, it
carry,
is
but
straight to the mid wicket, but
again, if the throw was better, I think the
yeah,
batsman was not really pushing with any intent to cover that single. So there might have been a potential run out there as well, Kritesh.
yeah, yeah. The way these two are between the wickets, they're very quick, but they're taking some risky runs, I would say. Just that they're confident they'll be able to run very fast. They're trying to go for everything. As you see, there we go. That's another risky single between the
Yeah.
wickets.
But it's
You would
good though,
not want
almost.
to
You're,
see
you're
that.
putting pressure on, the bowling team to get the fielders in close. Gives you a little
Yeah,
bit more freedom when you're trying to, play a big shot over the 30-yard circle. So
yeah,
I
definitely.
think that's probably the way to go about it. Again, the calling should be a bit better in that, situation. But so far, so good for, these two batsmen. Obviously, Nigeria 33 for 2 after 5 overs. Ayaz Dayal, bowling a really good over, just the 7 runs off it. And
Yeah,
it looks like it's going to be a really interesting final over for the power play. They probably should be aiming at
yeah.
something around 8 runs. I would, personally say, if they
So
want to get.
we had a thought that they should be reaching somewhere closer to 45, but at this point it seems a bit difficult with the bowlers and with the two new bats having played only 5 and 7 ball each. So maybe we'll see if they try to score almost close to 10 runs. It should boost their confidence, I would say. Let's see, Gokul. And our run prediction is still closer to 128. I'm not quite sure. The way these two are playing, definitely they are in for 140, close to 140, I would say. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the way it's gone so far, there have been, you know, small sparks, I feel, between these two batsmen where they
Yeah,
show that they can, go after the bowlers and get, they
Yeah.
can play the big shot. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But I
Hmm.
think maybe around 150 is like a fair assumption of where they can end up from this point if they don't lose a lot of wickets. Alan says, what will they score post power play? I think you're looking at like a pretty drastic reduction in the possibility of boundaries. As you can see, it's a top edge there, but there is a fielder, a third man is just going to cover it, so it's just a single. But I think
Yeah.
post power play, you're probably looking at maybe 6 runs and over, 5 runs and over, at least the first over of post power play. I just feel like they're going to struggle to get off.
Definitely. I think even though during the power play when they have all the fielders very closer, they have managed to get the singles. So I think they'll be able to take the singles quite comfortably coming out of the
Yeah.
power play. So definitely, as you mentioned, 5 to 6 runs will be the average run rate. Oh, there we go. That's a wicket.
I don't think
That's a great
the
wicket
umpire
from
does
Aslam
give it.
Badshah.
So the short ball working a treat for them in the end. They
Excuse
get the
me.
wicket. And that's another important breakthrough in the power play for Zambia. All of a sudden, Nigeria look like they're going to struggle quite a bit, Kritish. That 150 prediction of
Definitely.
ours probably now
Mhm.
won't come true. I think you're looking at something around 125.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Again, big wickets. Nigeria almost throwing it away
Mhm.
early on in the power play.
Definitely. I'm not quite sure why would you want to take the risk, but I'm a bit unlucky, I would say. He couldn't time the shot properly there. Good bounce on the pitch as well. Uh, so great bowling from Zambia, to be honest. We did not expect them to be bowling because we were expecting a run of 150 or more than that
Yeah.
pre-match. So
Yeah. Anand
they have had.
asks again, Vikram's very happy. He says that he is actually from Zambia, apparently. I thought you said you were in the Middle East, but great. That's really good for you. The start that Zambia has gotten. Anand says, should I back Zambia? Can they bat? Kritish, do you wanna respond to that?
Uh, s- since Zambia they've not played a lot of tournaments so far, we're not quite sure with the stats, but what we expected them to score pre-match was closer to 120, 130 runs.
Yeah.
So if they manage to control Nigeria around that mark of 120 runs,
Yeah.
then I definitely think Zambia are back in the
I think
game.
obviously
We
like
can see
the
the
odds are
win prediction is
yeah.
slowly going up for Zambia, Gokul. It has gone up to 30% now.
Exactly, that's
If
what I
they
was
take
about to
another
say.
wicket, yeah, if they take another wicket now, it is going to be in their favor,
Now,
and
I
that is what
was
they should be
of the
expecting
assumption
now.
that, let's say, for example, now
Yeah,
they're at 30%, right? And if the
yeah,
game
definitely.
goes to that point around like that 120, 125 run margin
Hmm.
in the chase, I feel like there's a
Yeah,
pretty good chance that the Zambia team would be able to chase it down. So, if that is the
yeah,
case, I would say I probably would back Zambia as well. Again, with each passing ball, the likelihood of winning this game is increasing. So it's probably a
mhm.
good time if, in the game if you want to back some back a team like Zambia.
Underdogs, I would say they're definitely underdogs. They might be. The bowling is pretty confident and very good so far. I think with Zambia, bowling attack is better than the batting attack. Let's see what they have got with the batting lineup in the next innings. But as far as till now, the bowling is great, I would say. Good running between the wickets, 2 runs come through. As you mentioned, during the power play in the last over, they've taken two doubles. So coming out of power play, then we should be definitely expecting more than 6 runs just running between the wickets, I would say.
Yeah, I think there's a very, very
Also,
good likelihood of that, Pritesh. I think there's going to be
yeah,
quite a lot of ones and twos
mhm,
post power play. Obviously, last ball
yeah,
of the power play, guys. 38 for 3 so far.
mhm,
Okpe Sylvester is a new batsman. He's been able to, rotate strike pretty easily. There's a slip in for this last ball, so let's just have a look at what Aslam can do. It's a really good ball, just on top of that middle and off line, and he ends up getting some discomfort out of Sylvester, but in the end of the day, it's just a single. So sorry, it's just a top ball. So neither of them probably would mind that. Aslam, is only given away 18 runs so far, and he's gotten two key wickets as well. So incredible bowling performance from him so far, and 38 for 3 after the power play. Do you think they're maybe about 10 runs a bit too short from where they should have been,
definitely.
Kritish? And
Yeah, yeah, they're
38 for
definitely
3.
10 runs short or having lost their top order batters and bringing Sylvester Rockpay. He is a great bowler, but I'm not sure that he's a great batsman, I would say. He's averaging only about 8 runs per innings in this tournament, so it might be a bit difficult for him. having testing their middle order batters, and we'll have to wait to see if the middle order have got the capability of scoring runs. It's Aslam Basha. He had scored only 2 overs, taking 2 wickets so far.
Yeah.
If he comes back again post power play, then the
Would you
wicket
want
taking
him to
opportunities are
come?
very high.
Would you expect him to come post power play, or maybe do you think there's going to be more spin that's potentially possible? Again, guys, just to let you know as well, it's a pretty hot day in Nigeria where this game is taking place. I think it's. Just have a look at the name of the city. I forgot which one it was. It's not Lagos. I think it is Abuja. Yeah, I think it's the second biggest city in Nigeria. So the game's taking place in Abuja. It's 10 a.m. local time, and yeah, it's 29 degrees. So not the worst conditions to bat either, though. Kritish,
Yeah.
it's nice and warm.
By the looks, I was expecting it to be like mid noon or something there, but it is still early, around 10 a.m.
Yeah,
So
I can assure you, it's
we
not
might.
bright and sunny for me, Kritish. It's
So it might be.
dark and miserable.
Yeah, maybe it is going to be very miserable for the second innings. We might be expecting it to be very hot and sunny. It's going to be
Yeah,
affecting the Nigerian players as well with the fielding. I would say it's going to take
potentially.
all the energy they have. It's going to drain them out if it is going to be very sunny and humid there. So we have a new bowler. I think he has bowled the previous over as well. This is his second
Yeah.
over. Yeah, second over. He's given 9 runs in the previous over, and there were just a lot of singles coming out of our play. As you mentioned, Gokul, that we should be bringing in spinners. Do you think bringing in spinners might make them very easy for them to score a lot of singles and doubles?
I think
Definitely, they're not
it
aiming
probably
for
would be,
boundaries
but
there.
if you're Zambia right now, you probably wouldn't really mind that. You'd be okay with ones and twos. The last thing you want is for them to get a lot of momentum with boundaries.
Yeah.
So I think spin obviously also gives you the option of a potential big attempted hit, and then them
Hmm.
getting caught out. So I think I personally wouldn't really mind the inclusion of some spin bowling.
Yeah. Okay. But they have decided to go with the bowlers who had bowled earlier on in the innings. So let's see if they continue with the same strategy. I think they're confident that if they bring in the same bowlers back to back, then there is a possibility of a wicket. I think that is what Zambia are looking into. Good running between the wickets. They have taken 2 runs there.
Yeah, but again, we predicted this, Kritish, didn't we? That there's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of ones and twos in this post power play period. Again, just so that you guys are aware, it's a pretty big boundary in this ground. So I think it's going to be more ones and twos post power play across the competition, regardless of
So
who's
far,
batting.
so far we have seen only 4 boundaries, I think so, and not a single six so far. It has been only fours. Great bowling from Dada there. It's good to leave it away instead of taking the risky shot. It's a good chance for wicket. I think that is what they're trapping them into, trapping the Nigerian player into. So the short drinks break between after the end of seventh over.
Yeah.
The scores after the seventh over is 44 for 3 wickets. Isaac at 14 runs, whereas Sylvester scoring 4 runs of 5 balls. So the projected score is 127 on a run prediction, and with the current run rate as well on the screen, if you see it as 126. So both indicate the same ballpark. Do you think it is going to be
Sorry,
120 odds or
Kritish. Jack asks, is Olatunji there? I'm not quite sure who that is. I don't think there's a player with that name in either of the playing 11. So, again, just might be somebody that we're not aware of, Kritish.
yeah, definitely. But in case if we get stats out, this player will definitely let you know if he is in this playing 11. We're not quite sure about the Zambia playing 11.
Yeah,
We'll see if there is a player coming in. Maybe he is benched today, local. We are not quite sure.
potentially could
Maybe he
be.
knows someone which
Yeah,
we might not.
I think again with that Zambia team, it's just like we'll have to wait to see
Mhm.
if we get like a more updated, playing 11. So just waiting to see that as well, guys.
Definitely. So this ground Gokul, Belawa Square Cricket Oval. So far, 20 games have been played here, with the average inning score being 115. So,
Yeah.
do you think today, the way the game has been going so far, we might be expecting somewhere closer to 115? Or do you think they
I
might
think
Nigeria be able to break
I think this is going to be a period where they're going to be able to score runs pretty freely without a lot of
the
risks.
risks involved?
Obviously,
Yeah.
spinner coming in as well. The field is
Mhm.
pretty much pushed back to the boundary, so I think you're looking at a lot of ones and twos. So I don't think
Yeah.
they're going to struggle to get 120. I think
Yeah.
120 is probably the bare minimum they should be able to get from now. So they
Yeah.
will be able to get over that average based off my
Mhm.
understanding of the game so far. But I think they probably would struggle a bit to get to that total that they were initially predicting and
Mhm.
hopeful for that's
Yeah.
got around 150. So I think we just have to see how the game goes in that sense.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. They have brought in the spinner, but do you see this bowling action from him, Gokul? It seems a bit shocking for me. I'm not quite sure if he has a proper bowling style.
I haven't
Uh,
noticed it quite yet,
Javed
Kridesh.
Patel.
I'll just have a look to see if that is the case. Let's just have a look now. So
As you mentioned, it's a very quick outfield, but
yeah.
the fielder manages to block the four,
Yes,
stopping it
really
from
good athleticism there.
saving
Almost,
2 runs, I would say.
yeah, almost
Yeah.
saving himself from an injury as well. I think he tried to stop pretty quickly,
Yeah,
but it was a bit dangerous the way he attempted to save himself. But overall, he's
definitely.
done really well. Saved a couple of runs for his team as well, like you said.
Mhm. There we go. Even though with the spinners, they are quite confident scoring runs. They're pushing for a lot of singles there because that's another quick single between the wicket. There is an appeal for run out. I think he might be safe inside. I'm not quite sure if they have a third umpire here. They'll have to go with the on-field umpire's decision. I think they're not convinced for a wicket for the run out chance. Mhm. I don't think they're going upstairs, Google. I don't think they have an option there. There is no third umpire this
That is
tournament.
possible, Kritish. I think we'll have to just wait and see. Uh, no, it doesn't look like they're interested in going upstairs at all. So Paris'
Yeah.
spinner looks bad. He won't get wickets with that bowling. I mean, we've seen quite a lot of spinners in other competitions, though. They might not look that appealing as a bowler, but because of their action or how easy it almost looks to hit them,
Hmm.
almost entices the batsman to play a rash shot. And
Yeah.
then they end up getting caught in the boundary and end up missing the ball completely and getting bowled. So we've seen that happen a few times where even good batsmen end up throwing their wicket away to an average spinner. So I think that's something that you need to keep in mind as well. Stats
Yeah.
wise, I feel like if I remember correctly, Javed Patel is one of the more experienced bowlers in this Zambia team. So definitely more to it than that base action of his. So I think that's
Hmm.
somebody that we'll have to keep in mind for the rest of the competition as well. Then Kritesh.
Definitely.
Just to let you guys know as well, this match is live on cricketlaunch.tv. It's streamed on it's streamed in HD, and it's also ad free and free for you to watch. So if you are interested in keeping an eye on this game and obviously getting some of our insights, please feel free to click on the link in the chat box. It's in the pinned comment. It's also in the description of the channel. So if you click on that description link or the link on the pinned comment, it'll take you to our
Yeah.
website cricketlaunch.tv, where you can watch this game as well as all of the other games in the West African Championship trophy. We also cover a lot of the cricket that's happening in Kuwait at the moment. So if that's something that you might be interested in, feel free to click on that as well. Um, yeah, and
I'm not
hope you're
quite sure
enjoying
what
so
happened
far.
there, Gokul.
Some footy
I think the
skills.
player is injured.
Yeah, he tried to
Uh,
block the ball with his leg, Kritish, and I think it's just ended
yeah.
up hitting him on top of that, ankle bone. Obviously, it's probably going to end up being sore tomorrow. So he's going to remember that. He should remember that, he shouldn't be putting his feet in front of the ball. It's never nice when that happens and you get, hit there. And that's probably something that he won't forget anytime soon.
Definitely, definitely. Because the way these were playing, we saw Delandi Isaac, since he reached this 17 mark, he's trying to show some intent there. This is what we saw earlier on as well. As they reached the 18-run mark, we saw some intent, and which made it pretty difficult for him losing his wicket. So I don't think 17 is the right mark for you once you reach to go aggressive. You need to be aiming even more than that, I would say. as they were quite comfortable scoring a lot of singles and twos. I don't think there is a need for them to go for boundaries. They should continue with the same game for at least next few overs until the end of 10th over, which
Yeah,
I think slowly the run rate has also been increasing the way they're playing. Oh my God, there we go. That's another four. That's four.
much
Sylvester
needed
Rockway.
boundary
Yeah,
for
Sylvester Rockway says that
Sylvester.
there is no need for them to take a lot of running with the climate being very humid and hot. Let me just do the work by scoring just boundaries.
It's like
It's a pretty
why
confident shot, I
waste
would
your
say.
time and energy in
Yeah,
running when you can take the
yeah,
bowler on? And obviously
yeah.
Zoeb Chand has to get his line and length correct again, because obviously he didn't
Mhm.
get it right with that ball, and he's gone again. Almost got a wicket
That's a
this time
wicket,
though.
yeah.
So
Almost a
I think
wicket.
Sylvester needs to settle himself back down after that wicket. Sorry, after
Yeah,
that
he
boundary.
he he got a boundary. Now he has to go back to the second or third gear, I would say. So, my God, he goes for it again. Might be a boundary. I think it might
Another
be the first
boundary.
six of the tournament.
We'll have to just wait for the confirmation from the umpire though to see if it's a six or not, Kritesh, because I think he was very close to the
That's
boundary.
yeah.
Uh,
I'm not quite sure. Umpire has not given any.
it's still
That's
a
a
four. It's a
four.
four. It's
Yeah,
a four.
that's it. Yeah, it's a four with two more balls left. It's not a great start from Zoeb Chand for his first over in this tournament. Also, not a great start to this West Africa trophy as well. First match in this tournament, you would want to put great performance. Uh, with all the bowlers controlling and taking wickets, that's a lot of pressure on Chand as well for him also to perform at that level. I would say that is what causing these runs. So after I think one more ball left
Yeah.
to finish the ninth over. Slowly, the projected score is creeping up, Gokul. On our run prediction, it has gone up to 150, whereas on the screen, it is still close to 136.
Yeah.
That definitely means
I think that
the
just came
score
after
is,
that boundary, because obviously all of a
yeah,
sudden it looks like both of these players, obviously, Sylvester was going pretty aggressively early on, and now it looks like Isaac's joined in, and that
yeah.
they both can score runs quickly.
Both of them are at the same mark, Gokul, 17 runs each, facing 14 balls each. After ninth over, the score is 60 runs for three wickets
Yeah.
so far. Let's see if they would continue with the spinner. I think it is the same spinner coming back. Zoeb Chand giving nine runs. Even though he gave two boundaries, it is interesting to see that he has given out only nine runs. Hmm, pretty decent bowling from him, I would say. Not bad performance, not poor performance from him. Slowly, the run prediction is slowly increasing, Gokul. I think we might be expecting more than 140. Now, for Zambia, it should be that they take a wicket.
Yeah.
We saw both the batters are dropping down, going for some risky shots. So this is the right time for you to take the wickets. It's
I
what you
think the
should be
problem
aiming at.
is though, if Nigeria lose the wicket now,
Hmm.
they're going to struggle to get to even 125, through the
Yeah,
rest of the innings. So I think from a Nigerian perspective, more than scoring
hmm,
runs, your goal should be to not lose wickets, at least for the next few overs. And as long as they're able to do that, I think they're gonna be happy with the way the rest of the innings is gonna go. So a lot
yeah.
of work to be done, obviously, for from both the teams'
On the
perspective. But I think
definitely.
Zambia is going to be more happy, based off the way the game's gone so far. Don't you think?
Mhm. Definitely. They should be happy having taken three wickets, but that's another four. The quick outfield is making it very much favorable for Nigeria, making it very easier for them to score a lot of fours. The way how the outfielders, it is difficult for Zambia's fielders to even get there on time. Even if they get there on time, the ball somehow slips into the boundary.
Definitely. I think Joe Matic says hi. Hello, Joe Matic. Hope you're having a good day. If you're interested in watching this game, you can click on that link that's in the chat box. It'll take you to our website, cricketlaunch.tv, where we're
Mhm.
streaming this game live in HD. So, feel free to join us with your opinions as well if you're watching the game. Just to let you know as well, Joe, this is the fastest stream in the world for this match. And obviously, uh, it might be something that you're interested in. So
I think this is the
let us know.
first extra for the game so far. First wide. I didn't. Did we see a wide before? I don't think we have seen one. This is the
No, I
first
don't
one,
think there's been a
which
wide so far.
clearly indicates the level of bowling they've got, not giving a lot of extras. Just one extra for after almost 9 overs.
Yeah, again, we
It's
need to
quick,
remember
quick.
because this is international cricket that we're talking
Yeah,
about. These are
yeah,
national team players, so you expect a certain level of quality from them, don't you? And I think they've lived up to the quality expectations so far. Uh,
yeah.
Good bowling from Javed, cramping the batsman. He's not able to make any more room for himself. So learning from his mistakes, and he's reacted very well after that boundary earlier in the over. So fair play to
Yeah.
Javed there as well.
Uh, Good control as well. We were expecting them to score closer to 45 runs, and I think they should have expected closer to 75 at least. And they are in their mark of scoring closer to 75 end of 10th over. That is what they should be aiming at. So
Yeah.
if they get to the 70 mark, this is definitely a good, I would say, confidence boost for them. Then in the next 10 overs, they can go a bit harder than what they were doing so far. Having lost only 3 wickets, I would say for the next 2 or 3 overs until the end of 13th over, they should not be taking any risks. And if they continue with the same partnership, after that, they can go a bit aggressive,
Yeah.
increasing their scoring. That is what they should be thinking at this point. We can see the win prediction for Nigeria has gone up to 80 now.
Yeah.
Zambia, after taking 3 early wickets, they've struggled. These singles and doubles, what they're letting out is what causing the chances for them going a bit lower there. There we go. That's another drinks break for these two teams
Yeah, the
after
70
10th
for
over.
3 after the year 10th over as well. Obviously, both the batsmen looking pretty well set now on 22 and 21 respectively. And we got a couple of questions now. Uh, Anand says, poor from Nigeria, 20 runs behind, a poor Zambia team. They need to do better. Again, with the Zambia team, I think it's more to do with the fact that they don't have as much experience as Nigeria. They're still getting used to this international stage. So it's almost like nobody is quite sure what to expect from them. And if you're looking at the Nigeria team, obviously they've struggled in that power play, but these two look solid so far, getting off to a decent start, scoring at a decent rate as well. So I think there's a lot of positivity to come from the two players in the middle of the crease
Uh,
now.
I would want to go contrast with Anand's comment about Nigeria's performance being poor so far. Obviously, the performance from the opening batsmen were poor, not up to the expectations what we had. Even though they lost the wickets early on, Sylvester okay and Isaac, they have showed that middle orders are capable of batting at this level. And these two are the ones who have brought Nigeria's winning percent closer to 80, I would say, and slowly helped them creep the run prediction as well for the innings. And if these two stay for a bit longer, then we can be expecting closer to the 150 mark, which we had
Yeah,
predicted
definitely.
pre-match.
I think I agree with you on that as well. I feel like if these two are able to, stay in the game for a bit longer,
Mhm.
there might be a big change in the way, the viewers have, seen the game so far. I feel like there's a lot of quality left in this Nigerian
Definitely.
batting 11. So I feel like that's something that we need to keep in mind before, we come up to conclusions. Obviously, Zambia bowled really well as well so far.
So we have a comment from Gogri saying is Zambia so weak? Uh, I'm not quite sure about Zambia's performance. We have not covered a lot of Zambia games. So with the bowling performance so far, they look pretty good at this stage, and we should be if the batting is up to the same level, then it might be a 50-50 game, I would say. But I think the batting lineup is not as great as Nigeria,
Yeah, I
so
think the
that is
bowling
what making
is
the win
their
percentage.
strong point.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think, and I've seen it so far. They bowl really well, but it just depends on how the batsmen are able to come out and reply to the total put up by the Nigerian batsmen.
definitely do. Uh, we'll see that after the drinks break. We have seen a lot of things happen after the break.
Yeah,
Maybe it might be positive for batters, but mostly it's going to be negative for the batters coming out of the break. So we'll see how this works out after this pretty long break after 10th over.
just to let you
Yeah.
guys know as well that this stream is live on cricketlaunch.tv. So if you are interested in joining us and watching this game live in HD ad free, feel free to click on the link that's in the pinned comment description, or it's in the chat now as well. So if you click on that link, it'll take you to our website cricketlaunch.tv, where you can watch this game in HD. It's free of cost as well, and it's also the fastest stream in the world for this game, guys. So make sure you don't lose this opportunity to watch this international match with us on cricketlaunch.tv, and let us know your opinions about the game as well, how the game's gone so far, and if you think any specific player has stood out for you. We would really want to know your opinions on that as well.
Yeah, definitely. As you mentioned, Gokul, guys, please feel free to give your opinions on the game. We can have a discussion about it. And if you have any predictions about the player or about the ground and
Yeah.
about how the innings is going to be, we can have a chat about it. And obviously, we have the stats, and we'll be able to give you a clear view about the stats.
Yeah.
But obviously, end of the day, we have a lot of stats, but nothing definitely happens the way we analyze it.
Yeah, that is true.
Every day so far it has been we predict something and it is quite opposite. We have seen so far that the way tables turn is like, how to say, the very unexpected time where you don't expect them to score runs, or where you don't expect the bowling team to take the wickets. That is exactly when they do something very crazy. So we'll try to predict as much as possible, and you can also give your predictions, and we can have a chat about who is able to predict the maximum in a game. That is what we do usually. We do predictions for every over, the run scored for every sessions, like coming out of power play, 10 over mark or a 15 over mark, something like that, and every player's batting line as well. So we can have a chat about it. So after 11 overs, the score is 74 for 3. Sylvester 22, whereas Isaac 25. Both of them playing very similar style. Usually with the batting, we would see that one of the bats being aggressive, whereas the other one rotating strike and being conservative. Whereas these two, they play with a very similar batting style, Gokul.
Yeah.
Either they're
It's
going for boundaries
almost
when
the
they get.
same player, playing twice. Even the way they bat, their batting style seems very similar as well. And I
Yeah.
think that's probably the best thing that can happen to you. When you're batting and there's someone across you who understands your game because of how they play their game as well. So it's almost easier for you to interact with them and adapt to situations with them, because that's the way you think is probably also the way that they think about how the game is going. So it's probably a really smart thing for them to do. Play with similar intent. It also makes it a bit more difficult for the bowling team to strategize, because how are you going to come up with like a plan against one of these players when they both are batting in the exact same way. And I think that's something that's going to bother this Zambian team a bit. Again, we did speak about that slight lack of experience, and I think that's something that we might end up seeing in the second half of this innings.
I think that's a new bowler into attack, Gokul. It is Asim Mohammed. Pretty good between the wickets, I would say. Very fast. He made us dive one time, saving his wicket. Did you see how quick they were between the wickets, Google? This is what you expect from the players. Having faced 20 balls each, still they have the energy to run between the wickets pretty fast.
Again, we need to remember, Kritish, it's not an easy day to do that either. It's a very hot day. It's 29 degrees in Abuja, where this game is taking place. So it's commendable that they're running so well, and it's a big pickup shot, and he ends up losing his wicket. So Asim Mohammed striking after just his striking in his second ball. So he's going to be really happy with that as well. And Isaac goes for a well-made 27 of 20. He was almost looking like he was about to change gears all of a sudden, and then ended up losing his wicket. So as the projected score starts to increase, it starts to collapse as well. That's something that they'll have to keep in mind for future games that they play. that they found
Just
it
this is
difficult.
what we were talking about, Gokul. These two, there is no need for them to go aggressive.
Yeah,
They are in the right ballpark, scoring about 7 runs every over. Their run rate is closer to 7, and the projected score is closer to 140. So if they continue the same gameplay for another 2-3 overs, and when you expect them to get aggressive with 8 overs or like 5 overs being left in
yeah,
the game, you don't expect them to start very early. You don't want to test your middle orders. You're already testing them so much. With these two,
definitely.
they had a great partnership. Just before this over, we were talking how good the understanding between these two batsmen, the way these two are playing with very similar batting style. They should have continued a little further, I would say. I'm very disappointed the way he
Yeah.
went for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of Zambia support today. We had Vikram as well earlier on, and now we have Jack who is supporting Zambia. So it's
Yeah,
nice to know that a team like Zambia, who's very new in this
mhm,
international stage, also has a lot of support.
definitely.
Essentially, so I think that might be something that they can build on and start being almost like a cult figure. We've seen that in European cricket, haven't we, Kritesh? Teams
Yeah,
like Italy,
definitely.
probably not the more
Mhm.
it's not the more stable European powerhouses in cricket, but they've ended up having a big follower base over the last couple of years. So I think that's something that maybe even
Yeah.
Zambia can do over the coming seasons. Again, we got another really good ball from Azam Mohammed. He's
It's a
been
good
solid so
turn,
far.
Gokul.
Yeah,
I think until now we did not see a great turn from the spinners, but Asim Mohammed shows that this pitch is good for the spinners and it has got a lot of turn to it.
yeah. Another swing and a miss from the new batsman Vincent. So
Mhm.
he's almost looked a bit, comfortable so far. He looks like he requires some level of, you know, patience for him to be able to get going in this innings. Another uh, attempted drive, but it doesn't connect really,
Mhm.
well, just outside the 30-yard circle, square of the wicket. So it's a single. He gets off strike, and I think he's going to be happy to do so as well. Don't you think, Kritesh?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think the main motive for Sylvester for the final ball 13th over. After 12 overs, the score is 77 for 4 with Sylvester being 22 runs and Vince just being able to score 1 run.
Yeah.
I think after the wicket, the projected score is slowly coming down, Gokul. It has come down to 128. If they hadn't lost that wicket in the previous over, we can be definitely expecting a score of 150, the way these two were playing. But unfortunately, the wicket has cost them almost 30 runs there,
Yeah,
closer to
it's
30
not
runs.
ideal though when you're in a stage of the game where you're looking comfortable, you're getting runs easily, and then you
Mhm.
lose one of those set batsmen. Now it almost pushes you back a couple of overs, and now they have to start that entire rebuilding
Yeah,
process all over again. So I feel like it might be
it's
something
gonna
that
be.
they need to work on quite a bit.
I think there is no time for them to have the rebuild there. The way Sylvester is also trying, I think he wants to go for runs. And Vincent, as
Yeah.
soon as he came, he doesn't want to take any time to get settled. He's trying to go for bigger shots. That's not what you should be doing there, Vincent. He's going for another shot, swing and a miss.
I think all of that comes down to
This,
the fact that he wants to almost get going because he's the kind of guy who doesn't really like wasting a lot of time in the beginning of the innings. He wants to make sure that he gets a couple of boundaries early on, gets settled in, and I think he's almost trying a
so
bit too hard, isn't he, Kritesh?
yeah, that's another four. The two balls which he wasted so far in this over,
He's made
uh,
up for it.
yeah, he has made up for it. That has to do with the very quick outfield there,
Yeah.
with the fielder unable to stop the
See,
boundary.
obviously the outfield is helping Nigeria now, but what they need to remember is that it's also going to be helping Zambia
Zambia
later
definitely.
on in the
That is
innings
what.
as well. So that's something that they need to make sure that they are capable of defending against. And
Mhm.
Patel
Definitely.
probably wants to make sure and make sure that he's able to give a good response to that aggression from Vincent in this ball. Again, three balls left in the over, and let's have a look. It's a bit wide
The
and short
slow
as well.
ball.
But it
Yeah,
might be a
very slow
potential
ball.
run out. No, it's not. I think good running again from Vincent.
definitely. That's a good running between the wicket. That is, I think, a plus point for Nigeria. I would say, the running between wickets has been,
Really solid so far.
yeah, really solid. Yeah, definitely. Gokul. If Zambia also have very similar running between the wickets, and it's going to be working very well in their way.
Yeah, in their favor. I think another thing we need to consider is the boundary, as we mentioned. Outfield is really quick, but it's still a pretty big ground, so it's not the easiest to clear if you're someone
Mhm.
who always tries to get your runs through boundaries. So then you'll have to put in the hard work. You'll have to run quite a bit if you want to score runs in this ground. But
Definitely.
overall, the pitch looks pretty decent to bat on, don't you think, Ritesh? There's a lot of consistent bounce, a little bit of spin for the spinners, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, not much in it for the Pacers by the looks of it so far.
Yeah, for the Pacers, initially it looked a bit good, but the spinners are trying to control it. The way these Nigerian batters have been scoring is mostly from singles and twos, so it doesn't matter if it is a pacer or spinner. But I think the running has been very helpful when they are facing against the spinners, I would say.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I feel like the
Yeah,
running needs to be almost because you have a lot of space to play your shots into. Most of the grounds basically, most of the fielders have been pushed to the outer parts of the ground, so
definitely.
there's definitely space for you to run. So I think it's smart of them to utilize that space within the
Yeah.
field.
Definitely, definitely go. Let's see if Vincent, he scored just 7 runs of 8 balls, but he is the one who is trying to go for bigger shots, risky shots. He was able to connect in the previous over. Let's see if he is able to continue with his same batting style in this over. Vincent with the is that a wicket? I'm not quite sure. I did not see what happened. That's a wicket that Gokul. Vincent, as we were talking, the way he has been batting,
Yeah,
taking risky shots, he
he
lost
did
his
look
wicket.
like he was there for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah,
He was trying to swing after everything, ends up
yeah,
connecting, but not as well as he would have expected. And that's another wicket for
yeah,
Zambia. Nigeria struggling almost now, 86 for 4, and
mhm,
slowly but surely that win percentage for both the teams is inching closer in
mhm,
Zambia's favor. Another thing we need to consider is that their projected score is taken a massive hit as well.
yeah,
So I think it's gonna move down slowly as they try to, protect themselves from losing any more wickets.
yeah. Now, I think even though I would say they lost 5 wickets so far, the middle order is not great, but they don't
Gowri
have any.
asks how many wickets down. So they've lost their fifth wicket with that catch, Gowri. So they're 86 for 5 after 13.2.
Yeah,
And Anon asks space options not great at this level in any team. I think um, again you have to consider they're not going to be at the same level of some other African international teams. Your Namibia, South Africa. Um, but again, for the competition, I think it's pretty even across the teams. So I don't think that should be an issue. And Pyrosis, I don't even know any of these guys. If you're referring to the Zambian team, I understand why, because obviously not a lot of them have played a lot of international cricket. So that
yeah,
might be the reason why you might not know a lot of stats or information about these guys. But again, it's early stages for them as a team. And I'm sure that, more games that they play, the
yeah.
more well known they're going to get.
Definitely, definitely, I agree to that. Gokul. We have Prosper Hussaini with the batting. He has the highest he has scored in T20 internationals is 37, but he's averaging about 13 runs, Gokul, striking at 135 rate. So,
Yeah,
do you
I
think? What
probably
do you
would have
think?
had him in for a little bit more today than his
Yeah,
actual average, only because
mhm,
of the situation. It almost requires him to be a little bit more, calm, patient.
yeah.
So I think it's going to take his time getting into his innings today. So I feel like there's a pretty good likelihood that he's going to
It's
bat
also
for
great
longer.
bowling from Asim Mohammed so far. I
Yeah,
think that might be another wicket there because it's another
yeah.
wicket, Gokul.
It's a really
As
good
I was
catch on the
telling,
boundary, but Zambia have
How
done
good.
really well in the field today, haven't they, Kritesh? Really
Yeah.
solid with the way they've gone about their business. No drop catches, no poor throws, no overthrows. So all of a sudden, Zambia up to
Mhm.
41% Kritesh for the win
Yeah.
probability. So a lot of the Zambian support in the chat is probably valid, I would say. They were all making, really smart
Mhm.
contributions as to why they were supporting Zambia, and
Yeah.
it's worked out. And Nigeria is struggling a lot now, obviously losing the other set batsman in Sylvester as well.
Yeah.
Prosper probably going to struggle
I
a bit.
think I think it's Sylvester Okpe who's gone. Is it Gokul? Yeah.
Yeah, it is
After
Sylvester.
losing Sylvester, it is going to be definitely testing the tail enders for Nigeria. I would say that is the last batting option they had. Sylvester. He should take some time. I think he knows very well. He is the last hope Nigeria have got. So they should be. He should be the one guiding Prosper Hussaini, and we should expect him to have stayed until the end of innings. In that case, they could have scored a lot of runs, but very unfortunate having lost his wicket. Also, a great bowling from Asim Mohammed. As I was mentioning it, he took his third wicket as well. Having taken 3 wickets, giving out only 6 runs. Great performance from Asim Mohammed. So,
Yeah,
uh, this is a man you need to watch out
for the
when
rest of the
Zambia,
competition as
yeah,
well.
for the rest of the competition.
But how incredible that is, Kritesh. He's only given away the
Yeah.
6 runs. It's 2 overs almost now, one ball to go, 7 runs.
Yeah.
And he's also got 3 wickets, so it's almost invaluable for you as a captain if you can have somebody like Asim Mohammed who can come in, be very economical and get you 3 important wickets as well. Again,
Yeah.
you need to also remember, Kritesh, these are some big names that he's gotten out. Two of them probably being the more aggressive batsmen in this team, who are the last recognized true batsmen in this team. So
Definitely.
all of a sudden, Nigeria, not quite sure how they're going to show intent. How is Zambia still at 38%? Again, I think Gogri comes down to the fact that their batting lineup isn't really the most well known. So I think everybody's backing Nigeria. The score is 88 for 6 after 13 overs, 14 overs. And we have the two new batsmen, both of them at 1 as their individual scores. Asim Mohammed getting 3 wickets
Uh,
just for 8 runs in the 2 overs that he scored.
So, to answer the question about how Zambia are still at 38 percentage, since we spoke about the run prediction, what we had pre-match for Zambia, it was closer to 120. So, if Nigeria couldn't make their run prediction of 150 plus runs, then Zambia are still back in the game. If they manage to control them under 120, it is going to be a pretty 50-50 game.
Yeah,
That's why
definitely.
Zambia is looking at like closer to 40 percentage now.
I think initially when we were looking at the innings, we were expecting roughly
Hmm.
around 150, weren't we, Kritesh? So the fact that
Yeah,
they've come down to around 120 and Zambia, score around 115-ish on average in their 20 overs when they bat. I think that's probably
yeah.
the reason why this is happened. Anon says, thank you for the stream link. It's nice quality. Really happy that you're enjoying your time watching the stream, Anon. Obviously, like we mentioned, the stream that we provide on cricketlaunch.tv, it's ad free. It's also in HD. So if you are interested in watching the game in the future as well for any of the other competitions that we have, feel free to save that link in your browser. So that you can watch those games on demand. It's also the fastest stream that is there in the world. So we always show games that are directly streamed through us. So we have the access to the fastest stream in the world. So in the future as well, if you want to stay up to date with any of the games, the best thing that you can do for yourself is have that link saved in your browser, so you can watch the games in HD ad free. And just getting back into the action, I think there's another potential wicket there. It's a drop catch by the looks of it, and I think it's gone for 4.
Dropped
So
and gone for a four.
Prosper is
Uh,
prospering by the looks of it. He's able to get a
Definitely.
boundary, almost threw his wicket away. So probably not the smartest thing to do when you've come into bat, because another wicket now, and I think the run prediction probably would come down another 5 runs or so. But
Definitely.
overall, that helps their innings score quite a bit when it comes to
Mhm.
where they can get to. I think realistically, Nigeria should have sent a few. There's another wicket there. So Javed Patel getting his man, incredible response to that drop catch. He ends up getting Prosper bowled 6 of his 5 balls. He hasn't really looked that promising anyway. So I don't think anybody was
Uh,
surprised to see him
Even
get bowled.
though Javed gave out 29 runs, Gokul,
Yeah,
the spin has been definitely controlling and dominating so far. The way the ball has been turning is quite impressive. That is something for you guys to look out. Uh, the ball has got a great turn in this pitch, so it might be difficult for the batters to face the spin, and it is difficult for them to judge, making them lose the wickets. But Isaac Okpe in, he has got a good career stats, Gokul. The highest individual score in T20 came for him is 65 runs in an
yeah.
international T20, and the average is not that great. He's averaging only about 13 runs, but I think we might be expecting some positive gameplay from him. We have the new batter, David, coming into attack.
I think there's some of the
Uh,
messages in the chat. Kritesh, I was just looking
yeah.
at the statistics. If you could just respond to the chat, it would be helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Pyro Legion says, thanks for the advice. I didn't think they would lose many wickets this quickly. Yeah, that is what we are also surprised, I would say. We did not expect Zambia bowling attack to be pretty dominating in this tournament.
Yeah.
That's why we had the pre-match stats, pre-match prediction for the innings to be closer to 156. If we knew that bowling attack is going to be pretty bold from Zambia, and the pitch has got a lot of turn. The thinking process with the predictions would have been a
Yeah.
bit different from
But
what we
as
had.
soon as we saw those, 2 or 3, wickets in the power play, Kritesh, we did,
Hmm.
predict that if there was a sudden, head loss in this Nigerian
Yeah.
game, we could easily see a collapse and them, not even getting to that
Slowly,
120 mark.
as we speak, slowly we see that Zambia are climbing up the win percentage.
Yeah.
Gokul. They've gone up to 51 percentage.
Yeah, and I think
That's
another
a
thing to
great.
keep in mind is when we said that there's a potential for collapse, we said
Yeah.
that if the partnership in between, where
Hmm.
both of the batsmen looked really good, really solid, they were batting very well, a lot of aggressive intent was shown.
Yeah.
We felt like there might be a wicket coming soon. And if that partnership is
Definitely.
broken, I think that's when the
Hmm.
floodgates would open and we'd see more wickets coming.
Yeah.
Through this quality Zambian bowling. So as we predicted at that point, there has been somewhat of a collapse. Mostly because of the poor choices from the batsmen, more than anything else. Zambia
Hmm.
have just been very consistent with their bowling. Gogivi says, "I'm backing Zambia. Let's go." I think a few people early on as well backed Zambia, and we
Hmm.
did say for that as well. Probably a
Hmm.
really good time to back a team, and then 30%. As
Yeah.
potential caught behind a peel, the bowler and keeper looks convinced, but the umpire is unmoved. But again, we said that at that point when it was only about 30% likelihood for Zambia to win the game, the way they were playing looked like a really quality opposition for Nigeria. And if anybody
Hmm.
was to back Zambia, they should have backed Zambia at that point. So I think,
But I think Gokul also we need to keep in mind is that if the batting conditions being a bit difficult for Nigeria, it might be the same for Zambia as well. So
I don't think the
let's see.
conditions have been that bad. Again, the heat probably might be something for the
Mhm.
Zambian batsmen when they come out to bat. Obviously, they're wearing a lot of gear, when they bat, and I think that might affect them a little bit. But overall, we've seen that Zambia have scored on average roughly around 120 runs in all of the competitions they've played so far. If they're
Yeah.
able to get this Nigeria team all out around the 115 run mark, I think it's a drop catch there. I think the bowler looks very upset with his keeper. I think it's just nicked his bat on the way to the keeper.
Yeah.
So they're going to be pretty disappointed with that. But
Great bowling from Asim Mohammed so far,
yeah,
Gokul. Definitely great bowling from him,
top
I would
top
say.
bowler. Again, if you guys are just watching a lot of these games in the coming days, I think Asim Mohammed is one of those names that you need to remember because his bowling today has been spot on. He's bowled really well,
And
consistent line and length, and he looked very threatening, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Asim Mohammed has been very threatening, and also the running between wickets. We have mentioned this so many times so far, but obviously for Nigeria, their running between wickets is that is what has got them to this 95 mark, I would say,
Yeah.
even after losing 7 wickets till now.
I think overall the
A
judgment
lot
from
of
my
twos as
end
well.
about the Zambia team is really good fielding unit. You know, they're very
Mhm.
safe with their catching ability. They haven't dropped
Yeah.
anything. They haven't looked uncertain when the ball's in the air, so that's obviously a positive. As a fielding unit, we saw a couple of really athletic stops in the boundaries, so they are capable of, preventing
Mhm.
boundaries with their fielding ability. We'll just have to wait and see
Yeah.
how their batting goes, Kritesh. And I think if they chase this target down, you'll have
Mhm.
to say that that they're probably one of the teams to beat in the
Yeah.
competition. They look really solid
Definitely.
so far.
Definitely, definitely, Gokul. We also need to look about the bowling attack. What Nigeria have got.
Yeah,
If they have got a lot of spinners in their lineup, it is going to be a advantage for them, I would say.
yeah. I'm sorry, Kritesh. There's a
We have
message from Rockstar.
Rockstar
Hi,
say hi,
Rockstar.
sir.
How are you? Hope you are doing well as well. Who win prediction?
Win.
Again,
So
we
it
were
is a
talking
pretty
about this.
50-50 game.
Yeah, it's a very 50-50 game. They've gotten off to a good start, Zambia. I just think that the momentum is in Zambia's favor. I think they were at about 28% pre-match, and they've already pulled up to about 45%. So if you ask me who my predictions would be to win this game, I would say uh, again it's 50-50 realistically at this point because of what we expect from Zambia's batting.
But
But this target
also with
isn't
the
big enough, so I feel like Zambia definitely slight favorites in my opinion. Sushant Singh asks, Zambia will win or not, sir? Again, we're not here to talk about any investments of money, guys, but we just like to
yeah.
talk about the stats and insights. And I think both Kritesh and I would agree that the momentum is in the favor for Zambia, and there's a better chance for Zambia to win this game based on the current circumstances. Again, all of that can change.
But yeah, that
In
also has to do with batting lineup. What Zambia
Yeah,
have got, they have not had like not very experienced batters, I would say, for
yeah,
Zambia till now. So we don't have their stats about their batting. So
yeah,
we're not quite sure about the batting. So if Nigeria are able to take wickets earlier on, it's going to be very difficult for Zambia
yeah.
to be chasing the score, even if it is closer to 120, I would
Yeah,
say.
I think for this innings, I'll have the score roughly around 122 ish.
Yeah.
122, 123. I think based off where they are, I think
Mhm.
in the four overs, they should
Mhm.
be able to get there. But for the overall match, I
At
think
this,
120 is
yeah.
at the average score of what Zambia scores. So I think if they get to 120, the game is basically a 50-50 game.
Yeah,
Uh,
for Sushant Singh, he has asked, please give us the score match. Sushant Singh, on the comment section, there is oh my God, there's a wicket as you
yeah,
were talking about it. So, Sushant Singh, there is a pinned chat on this comment section.
yeah,
It'll take you to Cricket Launch TV and also the recent chat as well.
yeah.
It'll take you to Cricket Launch TV where you get to see this game live. And it is the fastest stream as well.
Yeah,
So, please feel free to click the link and it'll direct you to the stream.
I think that'll be
As we were
easier
talking
for you
about
to
it.
keep your tabs on the score because obviously we
Mhm.
have the actual scoreboard on the stream on the cricetlaunch.tv website. So as
Yeah.
long as you click on that link, you'll basically be taken to the website where you can watch the game. It's ad free. It's free to watch. You don't pay anything for it. And on top of that, it's in HD. And like Ritesh said, it is the fastest source of stream in the world for this game. So nobody else will have the access to watch this game, before you. So nobody will know more
Mhm.
insights than you would. And if you also then tune into us on YouTube, we can help you out with any questions that you may have about the game or the players. Just as I was talking about the weather, Kritesh, in the previous over, all of a sudden it looks a bit
It's getting
dark
very
and
dark there.
overcast all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So might be something that you need to keep in mind for that second innings if there's any potential for a slight drizzle. I don't think there was in the forecast, but we'll have to
Yeah.
just see.
Definitely, definitely, Coco. So do you think after 6.2 overs. The score is 101 for 8 wickets. Do you think there's a possibility for all out here for Nigeria? The way Zambia have
Definitely.
been,
I think the
I think
bowling has been
Asim
really good so
Mohammed.
far, and I think Pendy has been consistent with his line and length. He obviously has a couple of wickets as well. I think a couple of good balls at this moment in time could finish the game off very quickly. I think with Zambia,
Definitely.
the problem is or has been that they almost waited a bit too long in those middle overs. They could have potentially even finished this game off even earlier. Another incredibly close call for Okasha, really good bowling from Pendy. So I think it's been quality bowling so far across the lineup for Zambia, and I think that's something that we need to keep in mind for the rest of this competition, because the last thing you want to do is underestimate a team's bowling performance and then come up
Yep.
against a team like Zambia who've been very consistent line and length. As another wicket that I think he got something on the way, it might have just been the pad because the
Yeah.
umpire doesn't
No
really,
bats involved. Yeah.
yeah, the umpire not really interested at all. But really good calls from the umpire so far. So I feel like the quality of cricket in this competition has been right up there. Uh, Obviously, it's still the first game, but we
Yeah.
mentioned the outfield is very quick, which is obviously very much in favor of the batsman. And there's a lot of turn as well on the wicket. So if there's any wrist spinners in the team, that's something that'll be something that we need to keep in mind as well.
Yeah.
I think this is
End
going to
of
be a really good
17
wicket
overs.
for spinners. So if there are spinners bowling,
Mhm.
especially that post power play period, when the quality spin options come on, I can definitely see there being a lot of wickets in this tournament. We saw that today as well. We did predict that initially that there could be a lot of wickets in that post power play period, but I think that in the end came down to the fact that there was a lot of quality spin options in this Zambia team, and I think who else better than Mahmood, who I think got 4 wickets in the end, if I'm not wrong, Ritesh, or 3 wickets.
Yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
think he
and
ended
he's
up getting 4 wickets
yeah, four
in his
wickets and
spread.
very economical. So I think you can't really ask for much more from your bowler. Again, just to let you guys know the score as well, it's 102 for 8 after 17 overs. Isaac Pave 3 of 4, and Oshaka just one of the 4 balls he's faced. And Asim Mohammed back into the bowling 3 for 13. Kritesh, how how consistent has he been? Talk to me about how impressed you've been with Asim Mohammed
Yeah,
so far.
Asim Mohammed, definitely someone you need to look out for. He's a very dangerous bowler for Nigeria, not just for Nigeria. It is for everyone who is going to be playing against Zambia in the tournament so far. This is the first game in this tournament, and he has proved that he is capable of taking wickets and controlling. And also, as you mentioned, Gokul, the bowling has been very much favoring spinners so far. Great turn, and we can see that he is able to turn the ball even better than anybody else so far. So the way he has got the control over the ball and the turn he has, it is going to be difficult for batters facing against him to judge his bowling.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, Pyrolegion agrees, I would say. He says Asim looks class, to be frank. So definitely, Pyrolegion, he is one of the top bowler. You need to keep an eye on. If he is bowling against any top batsman, you would
Yeah.
not want to take risk. You would want to somehow save
He
your
almost
wicket.
reminds me of Saeed Ajmal. Like, I feel like the bowling action is very similar to Saeed Ajmal. We see that a lot of times, we see in this level,
Yeah.
people almost copying also outside edge there, but the wicketkeeper didn't really react, and it's going to be a few runs. I think it might actually end up getting to the
Uh,
boundary. So I think
I
it's a
think
4 runs.
if the wicketkeeper, when it is Asim Mohammed bowling, you need to be very alert because we saw last over as well. There has been a dropped catch behind, and this is another opportunity. So the wicketkeeper needs to be more alert when Asim Mohammed is bowling. The way the
Yeah.
ball has been turning,
There's a
I
lot
think it
of
is
turn there.
difficult for
Yeah.
even the wicketkeeper to judge where the ball is going.
Yeah.
The way Asim Mohammed is capable of turning it.
No worries, Pyro. Happy that you're enjoying the stream. Obviously, like I said, we do have the stream in HD, so the clarity is really good, which is really helpful as well. Sometimes when I was younger and I would watch, cricket on a lot of these online streams, the stream wasn't really that good. It was always buffering or it wasn't of the best quality. So we're really happy that we're able to show cricket all around the world in high quality. So I'm really happy that you're enjoying your experience. And yeah, just to let us know what you think about the game as well. Obviously, you've asked a couple of questions. I think Shushant and Kumar Suresh again were asking us a few questions earlier on as well. So really happy to help you guys out, and keep shooting your questions over.
So we
Shane
have
Prajapati asks
yeah
130 plus. I think they're going to struggle
uh,
for 130 considering these two aren't. Again, Isaac's been decent, but Osaka
I
does,
think
sorry, doesn't.
125 is the ideal score from here, I would say, Gokul, because it is definitely the tail end is facing
Yeah,
one of the best bowling attacks so far
yeah. I
from
think you
Zambia.
also need to remember, Kritesh, they only have two wickets left, right? So
Yeah, definitely.
technically, the innings could get over in two balls. So I think
Yeah,
going, backing a 130 plus score probably wouldn't be the smartest thing to do, just
mhm.
because of the fact that they don't have a lot of wickets left. If they had maybe another, two more wickets, if they were 111 for six, I would have said sure, not a problem. That's possible. But again, I just feel like they're going to struggle if you're expecting
Yeah.
19
I
runs
think
off of
this
12 balls at this
win
point.
percentage for Zambia being 42
Oh, it's an
percentage. It
inside edge
was
there, Kritesh. Could have been a wicket above.
yeah. It was Asim Mohammed
Yeah,
single-handedly brought Zambia back into the game,
yeah,
bringing
definitely.
them to 43 percentage, I would say.
Yeah.
As we were talking about the
Actually,
prediction for
feel like it's a
Zambia,
bit too short on Zambia. I think again it just depends on that batting lineup.
yeah.
But overall, I feel like
This is
they've done
what
really
we have
well.
been talking about, Gokul.
Yeah,
We thought that Zambia could be able to chase the score of 120, but with the way these two are batting, they're definitely going to be. The score is going to be more than
100%,
120. Yeah,
100%.
that is what having taken
But
a little
again,
bit possession from
three back to
Zambia.
back dot balls, an incredible Yorker as well there from Pendy. To be fair, I
Yeah.
feel like Shoaib Pendy has done really well to back
Mhm.
up Azim Mahmood. He's provided a lot of quality assistance from bowling perspective. He's also gotten two wickets for them. I think he was the man who got the initial wicket in the power play as well. So
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, definitely.
it's a boundary cricket. So a massive pressure release shot there from
Yeah.
Isaac, almost the middling that
I think the three
Yorker dot
dot
ball.
balls, which increased Zambia's percentage,
Yeah.
has been brought down because of this one boundary.
Yeah, definitely. And all of a sudden we're back to that 42 percentage
42
from
percentage.
Namibia. But I think
If they
again,
manage to
130 is
keep
going to be
them
a difficult
under
score.
124 or 122, I would say it is going to be pretty 50-50, even with the win predictions.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely true. I think another 8 runs or 9 runs is what I expect them to score from
Yeah,
this point. So I think around
definitely.
124, 125. I think
Yeah,
and
easily.
also
That is what.
124 I feel as well. Yeah, I think that's a very fair
Mhm.
judgment because I think we have seen that Isaac can hit boundaries, but it depends on how
Yeah.
many balls Isaac does
If
face.
I think what we might be expecting here is that Isaac Okpe trying to going for a boundary in this
Yeah,
ball and trying to keep strike for the next ball, but that's. I think he would not want to take a single here, the last ball of this over.
yeah. I think at this point it's almost like a free hit ball, isn't it? I feel like
Yeah.
realistically, the way the game's gone so far for Nigeria, they can't
Mhm.
really afford to not score runs. They have to go for everything at this point. And like we see there, even though probably running a single there wasn't the smartest thing to do,
I think
uh,
possibly a wicket there, run out
I think he's
chance. I
missed
think
it.
I
So
think he's just in time there.
yeah,
This is what we've been talking about. Their running between wicket is very quick and fast, so
yeah.
it is very difficult to take the runouts.
Again, just so that you guys
The
are aware, this stream is live on cricketlaunch.tv. So if you are watching this game on YouTube with us, feel free to click on that link that's in the chat box. It will take you to our website, cricketlaunch.tv, where you can watch this game in HD. It's ad free and it's free of cost as well. And it's also the fastest stream in the world for this competition. So make sure that you click on that link and then you can join us, and obviously do let us know what you think of the game as well so far, or if you guys have any questions, please do let us know about those as well. Yeah, so a little bit of stretching going on there, Kritesh. Do you think you have any stretching advices for the fielders? I guess they're really happy to
I
just
think
be.
the why they would want to stretch is because of the quick outfield. They need to be very fast if they want to save some boundaries. That
Definitely,
is what.
they need to
Yeah.
make sure that they're limbered up, they're stretched up. But
Yes,
again,
I think the run between the wicket and the previous ball
yeah.
had taken all the energy out of Isaac Workpay. He is there
I think
trying
some
to.
refreshments as well on the stream for the
He-
people in the dugouts watching the game. Again,
Mhm.
overall quality of the competition so far, Kritish. I know it's just one innings,
Yeah.
but what's your opinion? Do you think it's looked like a solid competition so far?
Yeah, definitely it does. If you had joined us earlier on for this game, you could have seen that the Nigeria's winning percentage was more than 80. So
Shane
it was
says
we expected it to be
132,
a.
Kritesh. So I think he's predicting a little bit more runs than us. He's expecting 14 runs in the last over. I think
I think it's not possible
I think it's a
because
bit too much there, Shane. But
yeah,
again, we never know,
definitely.
Kritesh, because obviously crazy things have happened. If Akasha decides to go batshit crazy last few balls, you might end up getting to that target. But I think from a statistical point of view, if they were to
132 is a
play
bit high.
this last over 100 times, I probably would say maybe 8 or 9 runs at most is what to expect, especially with
He says Oakpick can hit the last over. We definitely agree to that, but the bowling has been pretty solid
yeah,
from Zambia so far. And
yeah,
if he is trying to go in the last over, he is risking his wicket as well. So the possibility of a wicket is very high than the possibility of a boundary at this point, I would say.
yeah. I think they're probably going to run for everything as well now because they can't really afford dot balls. So
Hmm.
it depends on how many balls he's able to keep strikes. As you can see, first ball itself, he plays it to the leg side, it goes for four. So again, really good start for Shane's prediction there. He did say
Yeah,
that Okpekin hit last over. Probably not the best ball though, Krivesh. I think bowling on the leg side to somebody who's looked so
it's not.
good
That's
as
not the
Okpe
ideal, I would
has,
say.
it's probably not the
Yeah,
smartest thing to do. So he's punished and he's punished rightfully. But
yeah.
Aslam Badshah has been solid so far, 2 wickets and 22 runs. I think he'll probably want to come back and bowl, to make up for that. There you go. That's an
That's
incredibly
another dot ball. Yeah.
well bowled, comeback. He's put pressure back on Okpe now. I think Okpe wasn't expecting it to be short. He was expecting another full length delivery.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good comeback from Aslam. We'll just have to
I still
see.
think 130 is not possible, Gokul, with these two are bowling.
But
Uh,
again, I think that's what Shane probably argues is it just takes another 2 boundaries,
yeah,
and
definitely.
they get to that target. So, it's a really good effort from the bowler to
Wicket,
attempt a cotton ball. It was hit
the
really
risky one.
hard by
That's a risky one.
Okpe. He saved 3 runs of his team though, and I think
Yeah,
Shane's
definitely.
probably going to be a bit annoyed with that result because if that was a boundary, all of a sudden Shane's prediction probably looking like it could become likely. But
Mhm.
again, it's just one of those extreme situations. But really good commitment shown there by Aslam Badshah to
That's the
prevent it.
sixth. I think that is the first six of
No, I
this
think the second
match.
six, Kritesh. But
The
uh,
second six. Oh, I'm not quite sure. I think maybe I missed the
yeah,
first
the
one,
first
but
one was
with
earlier on in
the
the innings. But
yeah,
toe end of the bat, but he ended up getting enough connection on it for him to get the maximum purchase there. So
130.
again, there you go, Kritesh. If the previous ball ended up going for a four, all of a sudden the prediction would have come true.
Yeah,
So they've
definitely.
already got
Now
12
slowly
off the
with
over.
this
He only
the
needs 2 runs.
performance.
2 runs
Yeah,
and
the
the
performance.
prediction from Shane comes true.
Yeah, definitely it's going to come true, Shane. The Your prediction is definitely it's still live. I would say it's going to go more than 130. He initially predicted that it is going to be 130 plus, and
Yeah.
obviously that is where we are heading to. And with two more balls left in
Yeah,
this
definitely.
over,
You did call Shane. Some really good predictions from you there.
yeah,
This is exactly what we want to see. We want to have everybody's opinions in the chat. And Shane obviously very smart, very well informed about the competition and the players, and he knew exactly what Isaac is capable of. And I think Aslam's been a bit poor with his line. He's bowled a bit
that's
too
another
far
two
on
runs,
the
and that is
leg side.
132.
So if it's a dot ball now, it's as Shane predicted, or spot on prediction.
Yeah, definitely good running between the wickets as well. Slowly we can see this the impact of the last over with regards to the match prediction. it has made Nigeria go back to closer to 70 percentage. Initially, before the last over, it was only closer to 60, not even 60, it was 50, some 54, 55. But Isaac Okpe in the last over single-handedly brought Nigeria back into attack, and this 132 plus, that's another six from Isaac
Yeah.
Okpe to end the innings. 138
So
runs.
in the
It
end,
is
they
going to
did
be a
get to
pretty
the
difficult chase.
initial score that we thought would be at least like
Yeah,
minimum of what they required to defend this
140.
game,
Yes.
near that 140 mark. So really good finish to the Nigerian innings in the end. They struggled quite a bit, but that last over from Aslam Badshah just
Mhm.
way too expensive. Leaked too many runs. I think it was 20 runs on the over in the end. Incredible comeback from the Nigerian players, and good support shown by Okasha as well. Just basically
Yeah.
hang on and make sure Isaac is able to score runs. But again, overall, you'll probably be happy with that. So Shane, your prediction of 130 plus, around 132, almost came accurate. But again, the last ball six means it's 138. But I think you should be really happy with that prediction as well. It's a solid prediction there. Again, after the first innings, guys, 138 for 8 in the 20 overs for Nigeria. Zambia chasing it now. Obviously, we spoke about it. Zambia not the most experienced batting lineup, but they probably think that they have a good chance of scoring this target now and winning the game. And really good finish from Isaac
Very,
Okpe to
very similar match prediction we had
yeah,
earlier on before the game. Zambia being closer to 20 percentage, and they brought them back into almost closer to 50 percentage at one point. And
yeah.
if they have a solid batting lineup, and we might be expecting a pretty good defending from Nigeria, and also a great chase from Zambia. So please save the link and be back before the game starts. Let's see if this is going to be a one-sided game, or let's see if
Yeah.
Zambia can
I think
fight till the end.
I definitely feel like there is a quality match, left in the second
Coming up.
innings.
Yeah.
Shane predicts that Zambia has a good chance of winning as well. So I think both Shane and I agree on the fact that Zambia definitely are in this game, and I think that percentage for probability a bit too optimistic for Nigeria. Again, you can understand why, because they're the more well-known team.
Mhm.
But I think we'll just have to wait and see how the power play goes, in the second innings to understand a little bit more about the Zambian batting lineup. So yeah, I think announcers chat supporting Zambia today. So I think a lot of support for Zambia today in the chat as
Zambia
well.
so far.
Shane says power hitting in the Zambia team. Yeah, definitely. I feel like that's what happens in a lot of these teams. You don't have a lot of technical batsmen, but you have a lot of pinch hitters who like coming early on in the innings and basically trying to swing from ball one. So I think it's going to be a very exciting power play to watch, and I hope you guys join us back as well for an exciting second innings in today's game between Nigeria and Zambia in this West African T20I. Yeah, take a well deserved break, and we'll catch you guys soon.
Totally. Yeah. We'll see you guys.
Welcome back, guys. We're in for the second half now for this Zambian innings. They need 139 runs in the 20 overs to win this game. Obviously, chasing a 138 target, they did really well to make sure that they didn't give away a lot of unnecessary runs. But in that last over, they ended up, leaking almost 20 runs. I think it was Kritesh. So probably a bit
Yeah,
disappointed after the initial start that they had. They feel like they probably could have done a bit better. But this is now their opportunity to make up for that with the bat. So, what are your predictions?
that's a
Obviously, we had a
wicket.
few people saying that a lot of big hitters in the team. I think Shane was one of them, and he predicted that Zambia will be able to win this game. But again, Nigeria have a really strong bowling lineup, don't they? So, probably not the
Yeah,
bestest of starts. Obviously, losing that wicket early on in the power play, there is a lot of pressure that's going to be on them now, isn't there, Kridesh?
definitely. Very similar to the first innings, I would say,
Yeah,
where they lost wicket earlier on, very first over. But bowling attack as well. This is what we have been talking about. Zambia had a great bowling attack. They were dominating
yeah.
Nigeria at one point. They took a lot of wickets earlier on. But Nigeria, they say we are no less than you. We have
Yeah,
also got a better
there you
bowling
go. I
attack.
think Zahar prediction also accurate there. He
Mhm,
said match winner Nigeria. So after a good start of that second innings for Zahar,
mhm.
he said first wicket gone in 16 runs under. Again, technically right prediction there as well, and ended up losing a wicket for just a single. So probably a big, you know, change
Yeah.
of heart for Shane. I think he's ended up deleting one of his messages. I think he's deleted the message where he said that he predicts. Uh, I think it was Zambia
Yeah.
that he said. Yeah, he said Zambia would win the game. So I think he's maybe backed up on that prediction on himself. Maybe you never know. Again, Madney, the new batsman.
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna happen now? Do you think they'll recuperate, try to get settled in the power play, not lose any more wickets, or do you think there's gonna be more wickets in the power play, guys?
Uh, like you mentioned, Nigeria's bowling attack is very good. Prosper Hussaini is
Yeah,
a great bowler. His economy is under six,
yeah,
and he takes wicket very often, almost one wicket in every game. So
yeah,
we might be the way he has bowled so far, has taken a wicket and given out only one run. This has definitely put pressure on Zambia, even though the targets seem a bit lower, but with the bowling attack and the capability of Zambia, because that's another wicket opportunity straight to the patch. And I think it is a bit leg side.
yeah. I
The
think it's
umpire is
pitching
not
outside
convinced.
leg, so I
Yeah.
think there's nothing there to really appeal about.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. But this is what the pressure is being built up on Zambia. We can see the wind prediction is slowly going down for Zambia, whereas it is creeping up for Nigeria. 17 percentage. Pyrolician says, "See, I told you, everybody, it's a battle between Zambia and Nigeria. More than the pitch, we have the battle going on in the chat section." That's another great ball from Husseini.
I think it's been an incredible
Though
start
you
here for
don't want
Nigeria,
to.
guys.
Yeah, you don't want to face Husseini. The
Yeah,
way he is bowling, it's a
it's
nightmare
a
for these
Yorker
batters of
leg
Zambia.
delivery.
Yeah, he keeps on changing his length every ball, making it difficult for them to judge it. And that is what bringing the wickets as well, I would say. Current run rate is 1.5 after the first over. The required run rate for them to chase 138 is 7 runs. So they should be utilizing this power play very well. As we spoke about this earlier on, the outfield looks very quick and fast, so they need to take the advantage of it. Uh, Go for a lot of boundaries if possible. Oh my God, that's a
Oh,
wicket!
that's
That's
he's
another
chopped it
wicket. Very
back onto
unlucky
his stumps,
wicket.
and
I think.
both the openers are out now. I think that's a massive blow for Zambia, and they're going to struggle now. I feel like it's going to take a lot of effort for them to get back into this game. I think that percentage is going to
I
start
think
tanking in.
he still had chance, Gokul. He could have kicked that ball somewhere, but I think
I think the
he
pace of the
just
ball
got
is just,
froze.
just a little
He
bit
he
too
got
much. Yeah.
he got frozen there. He didn't know what to do. He just got frozen. Very good start from Nigeria.
Shane's
Two
definitely not
wickets,
happy, and I
two.
think Zahar probably very happy with his predictions there. He only expected the first wicket to fall before the 16th run, and they've already lost two. and God knows
I
if
think
he's even losing more.
if this continues, Gokul, before 10 runs, we might be expecting another wicket. I
Oh,
think.
definitely. I
What
don't
do you
think
think?
10. I think realistically around maybe another 20
Eight,
runs.
eight,
No,
10?
again,
No, I thought you would be saying a bit lower than 10,
no,
Gokul. Come on, the way they're bowling.
I mean, I think it's just been like that. That was a really unfortunate because there was an inside edge back onto the stump. So I don't think you can really count that
Yeah.
as like a
It's
expected wicket.
Prosper Hosseini is not even their top bowler. We have Oakpay who might be coming into attack. As we see, I think it is Oakpay there. I'm not quite sure who that is. Let's see who's coming into attack for the second over. And definitely, yeah, I think Gokul, there might be a wicket before 10 runs. I'm convinced. Let's see what Zahar has to predict for it. Zahar, if you're still with us, please give us your prediction on the third wicket.
I think Zahar is trying to figure out what the next course of action should be because obviously he got a
Yeah,
couple of predictions correct so far. By the
yeah.
looks of it, so he's probably just gonna have to see if there's any more predictions that he can get correct, isn't it, Ganesh?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, definitely, definitely.
so I think
Zambia need,
overall,
yeah,
Nigeria have come back really strong. They must have had a really positive team talk during that innings break, and they've
yeah,
decided that what, we probably shouldn't. We probably didn't bat as well as we should have, but we got
yeah,
got to a position where we can defend the score, and they've gotten off to a great start, 2 for 2 after that first over. Patel and Chand now batting, and obviously it just looks like if they're not careful, this game can
yeah.
end very quickly. So it's just something that they'll have to keep in mind, isn't it, Kritesh?
Yeah, the new bowler is Okasha Isayaku. I think is not a very experienced bowler with the lineup they've got. They've got a lot of experienced bowler, but since they're relying on young talents, which clearly shows that he has the capability of taking wickets, and
Yeah.
that is why they would want to bring him earlier on, giving him the opportunity to bowl the second over after a great over from Hussaini. We expect him also to deliver similar quality, I would
Yeah.
say.
Just to let you
Just
guys
to
know as well, this match is streamed live on cricketlounge.tv. The link for the same is in the description of the video. It's also there in the chat box. It's also the pinned comment in the chat box. So if you guys do wish to watch this game live with us, just make sure you click on that link and you'll be taken to our website where you can watch this game live. It's free of cost, obviously, and it's ad free as well. So you can watch the game in HD without any interruptions. And you can also make sure that you save that link in your browser for any of the future games in this competition as well. Just to remind you guys, this is the fastest stream in the world for this competition. So if you are interested in staying up to date with the scores of any game in this competition, this is your best bet at doing so. And back into the attack, a lot of steep bounds all of a sudden for
yeah.
Isiaku, and Zambia is struggling quite a bit now.
Did you realize, Gokul, it is Zoeb Chand who has been dominating with the bowling. He has come out earlier on.
Yeah,
I think he is one of the great all-rounder option they've got in
yeah.
Zambia's lineup.
Obviously, he didn't
But
step up with the bowling, and he needs to step up now with
yeah,
his batting efforts as well.
a
Hopefully,
good
he's able
shot
to do that.
from Patel managed to get a boundary there. A well-required one after losing two wickets.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is not what we expected from Ishayaku as well. We expected him to bowl similar quality from Prosper Hussaini, but he has given out a boundary there. But it's okay. He has got a ball left. He has taken three dots as well, so which clearly shows he's capable of it. And it's just a pressure release shot from Zambia, I would say. We got last ball of this over, of the second over. Um, good control, good comeback after the boundary. So
Yeah,
it is just 8 runs for 2 wickets after 2 overs, guys. Musa Patel at 7 runs after facing 8 balls, and Zoeb Chand
we still
yet
have
to face a
another
ball.
8 runs, Kritesh, for that initial wicket prediction from I think it was Zahar prediction. So another potential 8 runs before they
Chance,
can
yeah.
get a
No.
few more wickets. So
I think
I
it's
think we'll
Prosper
just have to
Hossaini
wait and see.
again. My prediction of the third wicket was under 10 runs, Gokul. We'll see if he's able to take the wicket earlier on.
Yeah, then we'll just have to wait and see. Obviously, that
Also
boundary
that
helps.
yeah, also the new batter on the crease, and it is against the best bowler they have got so far. He has taken 2 wickets in the first over he has bowled. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens. Do you expect a wicket this over, Gokul? What do you say? What are your predictions and how much runs do you expect from this over? I think it is definitely going
I
to be
mean,
under three.
yeah, I think it's going to
Three
be
runs.
very hard for them to get any runs at this over. Obviously, that first over he was spot on with his line and length. He ended
Yeah.
up getting rewarded with the 2 wickets as well. So I think there's a lot of pressure now on the batsmen to not throw their wickets away. So I think they're going
Mhm.
to go out there with like a more conservative approach, especially from Chand's perspective. I don't think he would want to take any more risks. So
Yeah.
I personally just feel like it's going to be maybe around 4, maybe 5 runs. I think 5 is a bit too much.
Yeah.
I think 4 runs probably in this
Yeah.
over is what I would expect. But again, all you need is one boundary, right? And then that can
Yeah.
change very quickly. So we just have to wait and see if there's
Definitely.
any looseness. Really
That's a
good,
good bowling from him. Good
good fielding
control
as well.
there.
Taking the ball on and
Good
trying to
fishing.
put some pressure on the
Yeah.
batsman. Now the batsmen are probably going to think twice before they even attempt a single. So I feel like all of a sudden there's like this unbearable amount of pressure on the two batsmen now to do
Yeah.
anything useful with the bat.
Yeah, definitely. That's the second ball from Prosper Hussaini. I think he has given 2 runs there, but that's fine. After taking 2 wickets in the first over of the innings, coming back and controlling them also, it's really good bowling from Prosper Hussaini. If you're someone watching this game, please click on the link which is on the comment section, and it is also the pinned chat in the comment section. So if you click on that link, it'll take you to Cricket Launch TV where you get to see this game ad free. And fastest media source out there for this particular tournament. So please save that link in your browser, and we'll be covering all the games in this West Africa Trophy, not just this one. We also cover a lot of domestic stuff across Middle East, Falcons Champions Trophy, which is going on right now. So you get to see a lot of cricket action in that website. So please feel free to save the link in your browser, and we'll be covering these games on YouTube. So you can keep the stream open on Cricket Launch TV, and we can have a chat about the predictions and the analytics of the game, the stats, whatever you feel, whatever the thoughts you have about the game, and we'll tell what we have, and we'll have a discussion about it. So for 2 dot balls in this over and fourth ball, let it go. Your prediction of under 4 runs, Gokul, it
Yeah.
might be coming true. And my prediction was 3 runs. Let's see if that is possible.
Anon asks, any chance for Zambia? Please give me good news. The way it's going as of right now, Anon, I don't think there's any good news. Zambia is struggling quite a lot. Obviously, losing those 2 wickets, that early on, it's just made it like really difficult for them to be able to do anything. So I think they're gonna struggle for a little longer as well now, before it's gonna get any better. So I think you'll have to just wait and see, if they're able to maybe recuperate and try to get a little bit more consistency into this innings, maybe a few partnerships here and there. Again, it's not a massive target that they're chasing, so realistically there's always a likelihood that they'll be able to actually chase the score down. But the important thing for them is wickets now. um,
Yeah, that's what obviously they should be aiming for. Unfortunately, my prediction of under 3 runs had come true this over, Gokul. But no wicket so far. My prediction for wicket was under 10 runs, but they've reached the 10-run mark. No wicket so far.
yeah.
So let's see. Maybe before they get to the 11th run, we might be expecting a wicket.
Again, such an important period of play for this Zambian team, trying to make sure that they don't end up, losing another wicket. Because if that happens, it's almost too much for them, for the rest of their batting lineup to handle. So I think it's very
Yeah.
important that they don't end up losing their wicket at this point.
Yeah, definitely. That's what they should be looking for. Not losing any wicket, but the way they have been dominating with the bowling, I think it's going to be difficult for them. That's the first ball of third over.
It's almost like the worst possible start. Didn't we say, Kritesh, their goal
Yeah,
should realistically be to make sure that they don't lose any more wickets in that
yeah,
power play period. Because obviously we know how important in the new T20 format it is to
mhm,
not lose wickets early on. Because we see a lot of the
definitely.
times teams struggle. Um,
They managed to get a four of the first ball,
yeah.
Gokul. A bit of pressure release for them after losing two wickets.
I think
We
it's
saw the
almost a
similar.
needed boundary, wasn't it, Kritesh? Because I feel like without that boundary, they
Definitely.
were struggling quite a bit. So that boundary probably helps them a little bit in the sense that they have a little bit more of a relief for the rest of the over. But the last thing they need to do now is basically just face five dot balls. They need to make sure that they're able to still get ones and twos. If not,
Yeah,
another boundary. So there we go. That's another single.
that's
So
another single.
that's exactly what you would need from this team at this point. If you're a a Zambia supporter, you want to make sure that your team is able to get those ones and twos consistently throughout the rest of the power play, and then add on to that with a couple of boundaries here and there as well. So I think that's the intent that they need to play with. Zakir Patel, like, I think, has looked pretty decent so far, and I think it's important that they make sure that Zakir stays there till the end of this
Yeah,
innings, preferably in that sense.
definitely. Zakir is the man who has been scoring runs as well. 12 runs. It is very disappointing to say that 12 runs is the highest score so far from an opener in this innings because Nigeria as well, they lost the openers very quickly. They were unable to score more than another. It's
Yeah,
again
so
loading.
sorry about that, guys. I just had some network issue in my end, so it's all fine now. Hopefully, you guys are able to tune back in. Again, just to let you guys know, there's some spin now coming back into this new innings. That's where we left off before that network drop happened. There's a potential wicket. There's the ball's in the air, but I think the fielder's going to struggle to get to it. It's in that fine leg
Yeah.
region where the ball actually ends up, but there wasn't a fielder
We
there. So
have another prediction from Shane Gokul. He says Zahir will hit some runs. Obviously, if the runs are coming, it should be from Zahir, I would say,
yeah,
at this point.
he's the
He's
one
the
who's
only one
looked
who has got
exactly.
a pretty decent so far. Yeah, pretty decent and scoring 12, 13 runs until now. Obviously, a good, better shot for him. It's a great shot. That's a six. When you least expect it, this is what we've been talking
Yeah,
about so far. When you least expect some things to happen, that is when when it actually
I
happens.
think
So,
this is what
uh,
Shane was talking about as well. There's a lot of power hitters in this team, a lot of people with quality, but I think they just got really unlucky with that second wicket. Chopping it on in the first
mhm,
over, and obviously that
yeah,
first wicket. You need your batsman to take better decisions when it comes to at least early on in the power play. There's no need to take those
yeah,
risks. If they had those two wickets to play around with, I think
mhm,
they would have looked in a much more promising position. But
yeah,
but I think that's a much needed boundary, and
mhm.
I think Zakir Patel probably that wicket means quite a lot for the Zambian team now, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely, definitely, Gokul. If they take the wicket of Zahir, it is going to be I would say very disappointing and unfortunate. It will be very unfortunate for Zambia because they're not quite sure how great the middle order is for them. We have seen if the openers are struggling, it clearly indicates the level of batting lineup they've got. So it might be very difficult with middle orders coming in, taking time to get settled. In a T20 game, you don't have a lot of time to get settled with the
Yeah,
way this game is so far and the dominating bowling attack from Nigeria. So we have Ali Gujar asking us, scoreboard show karo. Sorry, unfortunately, we are unable to show the scoreboard on our YouTube stream. But
yeah,
if you click on the link which is pinned in the comment, it will take you to Cricket Launch TV where you can
Yeah, you can
watch
just
this
watch
game
the
for
game
free.
live. Yeah, so you can watch the
Yeah.
game live for free. It's in HD, and like I said, it's ad free as well. So you can watch it uninterrupted. And on the stream there, we have the scorecard, we have all of the stats, all of the information. But because of the broadcasting rights and broadcasting issues on YouTube, we can't really show the actual scorecard on YouTube. But if you just click on that link, you can just watch the game live there. So it'll be a lot easier for you as well.
Definitely, please feel free to click on the link. Not just for this game, Ali Gujar, will be covering rest of the tournament as well for in the West African T20I trophy.
Yeah.
So if you want to stay tuned with us and get updates on
On any
all
more
the
future
games,
games as well.
yeah, please click on the link and try to save it on your browser. And you can join us obviously on YouTube every day. I think that's a wicket. I'm not. There's not bat involved. Put the live cricket. Mohammed, if you click on the link which is just above your chat, which says cricketlaunch.tv, it will take you
Mohammed,
to
I
the.
think Mohammed is asking us to actually show the live cricket on YouTube. Unfortunately, that's not how broadcasting rights work. We can't, like, I can't show a match live on YouTube unless
If you
YouTube
want to
owns
watch the. Yeah.
unless YouTube owns the rights. If you want to watch the game, you can just click on that link that takes you to
Great catch, Gokul,
cricketlaunch.tv.
as you were talking about it. You
Yeah.
have a great catch and
And there we
good,
go, the
great
big wicket
celebration as well.
of the big wicket of Zakir Patel. Obviously, that's why the Nigerian players are so happy. It's a lot of dancing on the screen right now, guys. So again,
Yeah.
just to let you know, Mohammed, just make sure you click on that link and you can just watch the live cricket there.
And
It's
also,
free
there is
platform as
no,
well.
yeah, free platform. There is no subscription. You don't even have to have an
Yeah,
account there. You don't even have to sign up. You just click on the link. It'll
yeah,
take you to the stream.
yeah.
You click on the match. It'll take you to the live game. There is no
It's
ads
basically
as
like
well.
watching YouTube in anywhere. So you can keep that open in a browser
Yeah, at
and you
least
can
on
watch.
YouTube you get to have ads if you don't have the
That is
premium
true,
subscription.
Kritesh. That is
So
true.
definitely this is something you don't get anywhere else. Please click on the link. It'll take you to cricketlaunch.tv. No ads in between, no disruptions. You get to see all the actions and drama. You can see the Nigerian players dancing after the wicket. So you would not want to miss it. Please click on the link. It'll take you to cricketlaunch.tv and
Yeah.
please give us your predictions and your thoughts about the game so far on YouTube, and we'll have a discussion about it.
Yeah, definitely, Muhammad. I definitely recommend that you check out cricketlaunch.tv because it's, like I said, it's free platform. You can just watch the game there. So it's probably better than watching it on
Yeah.
YouTube. But again, if you want to ask questions about the game, if you want any predictions or insights that you want to inform us about as well, do type it out in the chat box, and we'll be more than happy to help you out there as well, or to learn about your opinions as well. Again, just to let you guys know, that's the third wicket in the Zambian innings. So horrid power play for them, 27 for 3 after 4.3 overs. Zoib Chand is the batsman of the non-strikers, and obviously followed by Azim Patel, the new batsman on strike. Azim Patel, again, probably more experienced player in the Zambia team, but needs a lot of assistance from the rest of the batting 11 if he wants to help
Is
his
it
team.
is Asim Patel the same guy, Asim Mohammad Gokul? Is it the same bowler who took a lot of wickets? I'm not quite sure if it is the same guy.
I don't think it is. I think there's another person called Asim Mohammed
But
versus Azim Patel.
definitely, if you are playing against Isaac Okpe, he is the leading wicket taker for Nigeria. You would
Yeah,
not want to play against him.
and he's got
This
a
guy
he's got a really impressive build as well. Kritesh. He's a very tall bowler. I think he's about 6 foot
yeah.
4, 6 foot 5. It's never easy to face a tall bowler like that. Now again, imagine
Mhm.
somebody similar build as Jofra Archer for England.
Yeah.
With that high release point. He also gets that
Mhm.
little bit of steep bounce as well, which makes it even more difficult as a batsman, to take him on. And I think that's probably the reason why he's so efficient at getting breakthroughs, getting wickets. Another really good ball, and they run a quick single. So they finished the over off the way they started with the single, and they're 28. Sorry, yeah, I think they're 28 for 3 after the
For
5
three.
overs. They probably need at least 10 runs in the last over, don't they, Kritesh? Or else it looks like
Definitely.
they're in a really very poor situation.
So at this stage, in the first innings, we were talking that Nigeria should be aiming somewhere closer to 45 runs for them to be getting to that decent target of 150 plus. Clearly, they were unable to score that 45 mark,
The
but
score
they
is
ended up scoring
28
40
for
runs.
3. Sorry, the score is 28 for 3. Gogri in the 5 overs. Like we were mentioning to Muhammad as well, please feel free to click on the link in the chat box, and you can watch the match live on cricketlaunch.tv. And you can also keep up to date with the scorecard there as well. So if you have any questions about that, please do let us know, and we'll help you, get onto the website so you can watch the game live on there. I think yeah, Pyro's helped us out as well.
It's
He's
it's a
copy
back to
pasted the
back.
link.
Yeah,
Thank you there, Pyro. Thank you.
it's back to back oak pace bowling, clearly dominating the bowling attack from Nigeria. How long do you think they might be able to score this Joe Chand and Asim Patel until they lose their wicket? I think before 40 over mark there might be a wicket
Yeah, definitely. I
easily.
can definitely see another wicket, potentially falling in this over as well. Sylvester the bowler in, so there's some spin action as well there for
They've
you guys.
decided to go with the spin. Yes, Gokul. We have seen that there's a great turn with the ball in the first inning, so it is going to be difficult playing against spin. It is quite difficult to judge the bowling as well. The way the ball is turning so far. A lot of singles. This is not what you would see in the last over for power play. A lot of
But it's
singles,
almost
but
like they
that
don't have an
obviously has to do
option
with
though, Kritish. It's almost like
yeah,
if they lose a wicket now, it's just going to be, curtains for them. Because I think that
yeah.
could just start another collapse like we saw in that first innings, and they might end up getting all out before like the 15th over. So I think that's what they're trying to protect themselves from, losing out on
Yeah.
any more wickets.
Definitely, that is what they should be concentrating at this point because having lost 3 wickets, I think at this point Nigeria had also lost 3 wickets at a power play, but they were in a quite comfortable position, having scored 40 runs.
Mm-hmm.
But whereas Zambia, they have not even reached 30 runs so far. As we were talking about
It's a
it, they
full
reached the
toss, though. It's a
30 over
poor
mark.
ball, though. And
Yeah,
it's a very
33
easy
runs.
release for Zoeb Chand. Essentially getting a boundary, much needed boundary. It's almost like a confidence booster for him as well. He doesn't have to worry about trying to score more aggressively with the help of that boundary. He's just going to relieve some pressure. Again, you probably want 10 runs in this over, and then,
Yeah.
maybe another 5 runs short.
If
So,
they, yeah, they get another boundary as we speak, that's another four from them. They're
yeah.
trying to get to that 40 over run mark
It's a
as
good
Nigeria were
shot
at
though.
this
It's a
point.
cover drive, Sangakkara-esque from Zoe Chande through the covers for 4. Obviously, much needed boundaries, so it's going to put a lot of pressure. So it's going to take a lot of pressure off his shoulders as well. He was going at a very slow strike rate initially, so he's going to be happy with the way he's pulled it back almost in that sense. You can make sure that you don't push the game too far out of your control by regularly getting these boundaries, and I think that's a very
Yeah.
important thing for them to do at this stage, don't you think, Ritesh?
I think it's a decent batting even after losing three
Yeah,
wickets earlier on. As we were talking, Zoeb Chand, he was dominating with the bowling. We were discussing that. Let's see what he has got to do with
exactly.
batting. But he is definitely capable. He's a good all-rounder option they've got in Zambia's lineup. So if you are someone who is interested in following this tournament, so keep in mind for Zambia it is Azim Mohammed who is great with bowling, economical leading wicket taker, and Zoed Chand, he is definitely better all rounder, dominating with bowling, and he is also capable with the bat, I would say. And it is the oak pace who are capable of taking wickets for Nigeria.
Yeah, there's
That
a
is what you should keep in
few more
mind.
questions there from Anon. Ritesh, do you mind answering that?
Han Zoya make Zambia win. I'm not. I am not convinced that he is capable of taking Zambia to the victory. I would say it is still earlier stage for
Yeah,
us
I
to
think there's a
predict with
lot
the way
more
he's
cricket
prepared.
left, but he probably needs a lot of assistance from the rest of the
Yeah.
bats. If
At least for now, they need to concentrate on building the partnership instead of scoring the runs. I would say
definitely,
that is what they should be concentrating about because they can't afford to lose another wicket. If they lose, then it might be a start of the collapse for Zambia, I
yeah.
would say. And the other question is who will win from now? I clearly see Nigeria have got the chances of winning,
Yeah,
and the probability are very high
I think it's
in
just the
favor of
quality,
Nigeria.
isn't it, Kritesh? The difference
Yeah.
in the way they've bowled so far, the difference in the quality between these two teams in that bowling lineup, I think that's probably the reason why I think both of us would argue that Nigeria look like favourites from now on pretty comfortably. Again, a really good shot from Patel there. I think he gets a couple of runs. So good running as well.
Yeah,
So this is
two
something that
runs.
we've seen really,
This is
positively
what
in today's
we
game
saw
so
in
far.
the first innings as well. The running between wickets is what we were talking about. We don't see that quite often. People going for
Yeah,
twos quite often,
yeah.
but here in this tournament, twos feel very often. The
And just
way
to
the
let you
boundaries
guys know
are,
as well, just
lengthy
because
boundaries.
we had this question a couple of times over the last few minutes. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, click on the link that's pinned in the chat so that you can watch it live on cricketlaunch.tv. It's in HD, it's ad free, and it's also the fastest stream in the world for this game. So if you want to keep yourself up to date for all of the information in this competition across today's game and all of the other games that we have lined up for you, just make sure that you save that link in your browser. So for any of the future games as well, you'll be able to
That's another
browse and
boundary
watch.
from Zoip and Goku. That's another four.
Zoeb or
God,
Azim
he's on.
Patel, I think it's Azim Patel on strike, no?
Sorry, yeah, it's as in.
So I think he's gotten a bit lucky. There's
Yeah,
an
it's
outside edge, and
yeah.
it's trickled past the keeper for four. I think good effort from the keeper. The pace of the ball, basically just taking it past him. I think, unfortunately, not another wicket for Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac Okpe, after having a great over, taking a wicket earlier on in his previous over, it's fine. He's given out only one boundary. He has got few more balls left, three more balls
Potential wicket,
to
is
be
that what you're
exact.
saying,
Yeah,
Kritesh?
definitely
You
potential
guys heard
wicket
it first
there.
here, guys. There's a wicket coming in this over, and that's confirmed to Kritesh because he is our inside specialist. He knows exactly
That's a
what's going on.
single, and we've got only one ball left, Gokul. I don't think we might be expecting a wicket. These two, they seem a bit confident, I would say, but if not this over, obviously within another 10 run mark, we might be expecting a wicket.
Potentially, I think I don't remember now, but I said that the third wicket would fall roughly
Yeah.
around that 22 run mark. I'm not quite sure when it actually ended up falling. So if our inside analyst could kindly go and have a look to see when the wicket fell, I would really appreciate it. Again, Isaac coming into the last ball of his over, his second over. I think it is
That's
Zoeb Chand
another
on
dot.
strike. So I think it does look like a dot ball. So it's just going to
Yeah.
be 44 runs for the loss of 3 wickets after the 7 overs.
Seventh over. Yeah. Zoeb Chand at 16 runs, whereas Muhammad Asim at 9 run mark.
Yeah,
I think Gokul, the one thing which we might expect now was that uh, clearly we saw in the first innings as well, as the batters felt the confidence that they have gotten settled and they are capable of scoring runs, that is when exactly they lost their wickets.
yeah,
That is something you need to
definitely.
keep in your
I think
mind.
as soon as
These
you
two,
try to switch gears, Kritesh, I think that's probably the most dangerous period. That's where I feel
yeah.
like the highest likelihood is there for a wicket to be lost. So I think that's something they'll have to keep in mind.
Yeah, definitely. So now that Zoeb Chand is looking a pretty confident scoring runs and Azim Patel as well, having taken that boundary in the previous over, Shane has come out with this prediction. He says 44. I think he's just updating the
He's
score.
just telling us the score. It is 44 for three.
Yeah. Shane, come on. Can you please give us a prediction about when we might expect another wicket in this innings? That'll be really great. That's what we have been discussing about so far. I was telling that within next 10 runs we might be expecting a wicket, and Gokul said after the previous wicket he expected it to be in next 22 runs. But I think we are in that region where we might be expecting a
I
wicket
said
now.
that for this.
Fourth wicket incoming, he says. But please let us know before what run or before what
Yeah.
over mark we might be
But he said
expecting it.
incoming as in maybe next ball, Kritesh. Let's have a look to see if that's the
Yeah.
case.
Well, it's a single from these two. I think against spin they're quite confident
Comfortable, yeah.
and yeah, comfortable as well. They're taking a lot of singles. They're not worrying, uh, even though the required run rate is 7.4. The current run rate is closer to 6. So It's okay. It's fine as far as they're getting some runs through.
Aman Khan says Zambia might win. I think that's Aman's predictions. What are your opinions about that, Kritesh? Do you think there's a likelihood of Zambia winning? He says, I guess they have too many batters left. I actually don't understand, win
So
this game.
Shane's prediction is that Gokul, before another 12 runs, we might be expecting a wicket.
Or
So we'll see.
over 60
Aman says
wicket.
that, yeah,
Yeah, no,
I
I
think,
think Aman said that he expects them to have too many batters left, and I feel like that's the part which I struggle a bit with. I
sorry,
feel like
yeah.
their main batsmen are batting now, and as you lose wickets, obviously the quality of bats will reduce. So I think that's something that we need to keep in mind. But again, we can remember that obviously Aman was backing Zambia, and I think Shane was backing Zambia as well. So we'll have a look to see if their predictions come true. But as of right now, I feel like they're going to struggle a
Another
little
two
bit.
runs as well. So after 8 overs, the score is 50 for 3. Zoeb Chand at 17 and Mohammad Asim at 14 runs. I think it is the same Mohammad Asim Gokul. It's the same bowler who were taken. These are the two bowlers who were dominating with their
Yeah.
bowling in the
So
previous
all
over.
rounders,
They're
chipping in and
two
showing what they're
all-rounders.
capable of.
Yeah, definitely. So the run rate is slowly going down with them controlling the runs, not a boundary in the previous over. So they need to get a boundary at least in every over in order
Definitely.
to make this chase bit comfortable for them. We can see that with the win prediction, Zambia, they were initially about 17% and they've climbed up to 35. That has to do with these two batting. But the bowling as well, they were the ones who brought Zambia back in the game closer to 50%, and they're doing the work in batting as well. These two are contributing so much for the entire team. That's a good bowling, no
It's a
runs.
short ball though, Kritesh.
Short ball, yeah.
Lucky that
It's
he
a
didn't
good
get it
shot,
for
just a
a
single.
boundary there.
Yeah, just a single there. I was expecting it to be a two because we saw how quick both the teams were between the wickets, but they've stopped it for a single there. So if you're someone watching this game or watching us live on YouTube, please click on the link which is pinned in the comment section. It'll take you to cricketlaunch.tv where you can watch this game for free. There is no need for you to sign up. There is no subscription, no advertisements. All free. You can watch all the drama happening.
I think
I
that's
think
another
that might be a
wicket.
wicket.
The
Might be
umpire
a wicket, I
hasn't
think.
given it. I think he's
I
unmoved.
think
Is
it's
the
just a
batsman
body
is the
involved.
batsman walking? No, I think he's changed his mind. He's walked right back
I
as
think
well.
it was batsman walking away, whereas umpire not convinced
I
that.
think initially he thought he'll do the right thing and walk away, but then he's changed his mind and he's come back
Yeah,
into the strike.
yeah. Shane had a prediction that Zambia will win with 6 wickets in hand. So if they manage to win from here, we might be expecting them to. Expecting Shane's predictions coming
Oh, I think
true.
that's a definite wicket. I think the batsman hasn't even really waited for the umpire there.
Umpire to call it.
He's realized that it's probably karmic justice from the previous ball where he should have
Yeah,
gotten caught behind anyway. And he's
yeah.
basically as soon as he nicked it, he almost didn't even wait for the keeper to take the ball. Before the keeper even
Took the
completed the
catch,
catch,
he
he
just started
started
walking
making his
away.
walk back. And there you go. That's another wicket. So Shane said Zambia's sixth wicket victory, and I think there's a lot of work now for Zambia to win the game. So I'm not quite sure if that's going to be the case, but we'll have to just wait and see if the prediction comes true from Shane.
Yeah, we'll see Shane's prediction. We still have this partnership left. We'll see who is going to be the one supporting Zoeb Chand from now. We'll have to wait until we see who is coming in. I told him not to open Shane. I think Anonymous is a bit worried that
He's going to lose all of the money.
Shane, yeah, I think he is backing Zambia. It's good to see that we have
I think a lot of people are
supporters for
backing
both.
Zambia, but I don't
Yeah,
think I saw anybody backing Nigeria though.
yeah. Zambia need 87 runs from 70 balls, which seems easy for them, but we're not quite sure how the batting lineup is. So we'll have to just wait to see if they're capable of it. Pyro region says 100%. You can't be telling 100%. It is 75% Zambia are losing today with the win prediction on
I
our
think
stream.
he probably
So
just doesn't believe there's a lot of
I
batting.
think that's another
Oh,
wicket, Gogo. That's another wicket.
has he got him?
That's another wicket. Might be another wicket. That's another wicket. That's a
Oh
bold.
my God. So he's on a hat trick all of a sudden. Vincent has come in, changed the game immediately. He's got his second wicket, guys. My God, I can't believe it. Such
All
a
of a sudden,
drastic
this is
change.
what we were talking about, Gokul. If they get either of Zoeb Chand or Azim Khan's wicket, it is going to be a start of collapse for them. It, that is what we are seeing right now. After that wicket, once they broke the partnership, which felt quite confident, you can see Zambia has gone back to 12 percentage now.
Yeah,
Shame
but I
God won't
think at the
call
same time,
Shard
Kritesh,
Blatter.
would any of us have expected that Zambia would be struggling at 52 for 5? I think we expected a little bit better from the Zambian batting team. The hat trick ball. Let's just have a look to see what Vincent can do. Can he get his hat trick? Obviously, the new batsman's walking in. There's a lot of pressure on him now, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. I
Come
think
on, guys. What do you
if
think?
I
He's
am
got a
the
hat
new
trick on the
bat,
way.
I would want to put my wicket on the line, somehow try to save it. I
Definitely.
don't want runs. I just want to save my wicket.
Come on, guys.
Just prediction of
Click
mine.
that. Click that
It's fine.
link. Click that link in the chat, guys. Make sure you watch this ball. You might be seeing, a hat trick potentially. So let's just have a look to see what could happen.
Yeah, definitely, Gokul. Let's see. Too much drama, too much pressure. You don't want to miss it. Please click on the link and join us. We are having a nail baiting chase. It's not even the chase, the way Nigeria are defending it, I
I
would
think this
say.
is nail biting loss because nobody expected them to
Yeah.
lose this easily. I think the batsman's taking every single guard he can imagine. He's asked the umpire for 5 different guards at this point, basically. Aman Khan says still Javed Patel is left, their captain, true power hitter. I think that's what I was thinking though. Aman, you're almost expecting a one-man show. Again, it does happen from time to time, and it might happen today.
My God, that's up in the air, but unfortunately, there is no fielder below it. There must have been a wicket, but
Very, very unlucky
they're
there.
upset. Nigeria are upset with the field placement over there, but it's fine. They keep it down to just a single. Let's see, in two more balls, we might be expecting another wicket. Lawrence Mutel is the new batter. Somehow he managed to save his wicket in the very first ball. Zoeb Chand back into crease. Good batting from Zoeb Chand.
Yeah.
And now he realized that he can't increase his intent. He
But
needs to
you could argue that
stay
he's
cool.
been a bit like slow in that regard. He hasn't been able to score at a quick enough rate, and that
Yeah,
obviously then backfires against them because you're almost leaving too much for the last few overs. I think that's what Aman said. He said Javed Patel is there, but I feel like it might become too much for even somebody like Javed Patel to come and score runs off of. So I think they'll have to
yeah.
just wait to see if that's the case.
Gokul, I think that must be another wicket. As I was
Yeah,
talking to you about that, we might be expecting another wicket in the next two
Lawrence.
balls. Then we got another
I'm
wicket
not
from
quite
one.
sure what his intent has been. Obviously, both the balls he's faced, he's just
Yeah.
swung wildly at it. And I think Aman Khan, are you still confident in these chances for Zambia? Shane, are you
For
still
Javed Patel
confident?
to come in.
Yeah, are you still confident on this prediction? Because I feel like the Zambia obviously are going to struggle.
Definitely, I agree to that, Gokul. I think if this continues, they might collapse and lose all their wickets even before 13th over. Do you agree? Do you think there is a chance for all out before 13th over?
I
My
think 13th is
prediction
a
is
stretch.
that
I'll probably say maybe if there's an all out on the cards, I probably think it's about 15th over. I
15th
remember
over.
saying it in the beginning of the game as well. I feel like I have a chance this game. I have a feeling that this game is going to go the entire way, and they'll lose
Yeah.
9 wickets, but they'll still end up batting the 20 overs. So I feel like there's a pretty good chance of my prediction in that regard, to come true because they still have good enough batting that they can probably survive for a bit longer. But
Yeah.
it just depends who faces, the batting at this point. So we'll just have to see if.
Yeah. So, just for information, guys, after ninth over, the score is 54 for 6 wickets. Zoeb Chand is the only option they have got left, having scored 19 runs of 19 balls. Clearly shows that he's taking some time. He's playing a very slower innings. He doesn't want to take
Gogri
risk and
asks
losing
what
the
is the
wicket.
target. Gogri, so the target is 139. They need 139 runs to win in their 20 overs. And they're currently at 54 for 6 after 9 overs. So quite a lot of work still left to do.
We have Tadabai to attack Gokul. Will he be able to manage to put up a partnership with Zoeb Chand? Let's see if
I think
Chand and Tadabai can do something.
they're going to
Oh my
struggle a
god.
bit with
Oh my god,
Sylvester.
that's very close. I thought for a second that's a wicket, Gogo. Somehow it turned all the way inside but
Well
missed the
beaten.
wicket.
Incredibly well bowled by, I think it was
Sylvester.
Sylvester.
Yeah.
Incredibly well bowled. I think he's just beaten him in the flight. And all of a sudden, they look like they're going to struggle to even get anywhere close to this target. Kritesh, do you think the pressure build-up is going to be something that,
I
is
think
going to be the end of
at
Zerb?
this point, even getting to 100 mark is a bit outrageous, I would say, the way these two are playing. Not just the batting, I would say, it's the bowling clearly dominating Zambia's batting attack. They
Yeah.
bowled so well
I think
and
that's
zero at
that's the
batting.
answer that we gave you as well. When you were asking Gogri earlier on in the game, why is the match winner
Win
percentage
prediction,
on
yeah,
Zambia is so
Nigeria
short
very high. Yeah.
when they were doing well, when they were getting wickets, and it's all to do with the fact that they don't really have the amount of batting depth that is needed to face somebody like the Nigerian bowling lineup, because obviously they have a lot of quality bowlers in this Nigerian team. Obviously, they probably would be very disappointed with their batting performance today. So I think Zambia might have gotten a bit lucky as well. As you saw in that last over, they ended up getting hit for 20 runs. So there's definitely the luck factor in them not getting hit for more runs, and then them losing so many wickets. I think they lost 8 wickets if I remember correctly. So I think Zambia overperformed in that first innings, and now they're underperforming in this innings, which basically ends up balancing out, and we have like a very straightforward matchup at this point. This is what we expected from the beginning of the game as well, wasn't it, Kritesh?
Yeah, definitely. Even though the bowling was clearly dominating, we spoke that the win percentage is still favoring Nigeria. It's because of the batting lineup and the
Yeah,
capability they've got.
yeah.
We can clearly see it is very difficult, especially against the Nigerian bowling attack. Very well experienced bowlers. Uh, they have played against all the teams. They have got a great exposure and experience. This is making them very easy. Taking wickets against Zambia, who don't have the exposure of Nigeria, I would say. That is what you need to work on. Keep playing a lot of games, and especially this tournament is going to be a pretty great experience for Zambia, I would say.
Yeah, I think as a
They're going
team,
to be facing a lot
they're
of
very
international
new into
teams
this
here.
international stage, aren't they? And to just get this exposure, I think is going to help them, quite a lot. Anand says, please pray, guys. I don't think a lot of prayer is going to help if the batsmen who come in are just throwing their
Yeah.
wickets away. We have a small drinks break. Obviously, we did mention that it's a pretty hot day in Abuja in Nigeria where the game is taking place, and the players just having a small drinks break to compensate for the heat.
I can't imagine how the second game is going to be, Gokul, if the morning one is being a bit difficult for these
Yeah.
players. We might be expecting a scorching sun in the second
Let's
game.
have a look at the quick weather
The,
update in
yeah,
Abuja, guys. It's slowly climbed up to 32 degrees and it is
my
sunny.
God.
There is almost virtually like no probability for rain, and there is also not a lot of wind, which basically just means that it's hot, really hot, and it's 40% humidity, which probably isn't the worst. I think both Kritesh and I probably used to a little bit more humidity in that sense, so they probably wouldn't mind it as much. I think tomorrow is going to be a little bit easier for the teams playing. The weather is similar, but
Yeah.
it's a bit more overcast, so I think the lack of sunlight probably makes it slightly easier for them to play cricket. But again, maybe a little bit more in it for the medium paces tomorrow. We'll have to just wait and see. But overall, Kritesh, what are your opinions
Um,
of the Nigerian bowling so far? I think they've done really well, haven't they?
I'm definitely impressed with the bowling, Gokul. We saw the spinners were the ones dominating and taking wickets, but in the second innings we have seen Pacers taking all of the wickets.
Yeah.
Sylvester outplayed definitely. He deserved a wicket, but unfortunately, maybe in this next over, the final over he has got, he would be able to get a wicket. I think so. But overall, the bowling lineup is really great, and they need to work on their opening batsman for Nigeria, I would say.
Yeah.
If they haven't lost the wicket earlier on, we must be expecting
I think
score
again
closer to
we need to
160.
remember, Kritish, that second wicket
Is
obviously was a inside edge. I'm not making any excuses for anybody, but at the same time, I feel like
yeah.
you can't really control or you can't really like preempt something like that. So I do
Mhm.
understand that they struggled with the bat, but I feel like they did get unlucky as well. Zambia were really good in the field, so there's multiple factors that affected their innings. But I'm sure that they're going to be really happy with the way they ended that first innings with a 20-run over, and the way they were
Yeah.
come into this you know bowling innings, and the way
I
they've
think now
taken.
somehow if they manage to take Zoeb Chan's wicket, then that will be the breakthrough for
Yeah,
us, the all-out possibility for Nigeria, I would say.
yeah.
So coming out of the break, Gokul, do you think it is going to be a positive outcome for Zambia or it's going to be a
I
positive
think
outcome
as
for
a
Nigeria?
person who's played cricket as a batsman, I hated breaks. Whether it's a drinks break, even if I was like tired, it's hot. When I was playing a lot of my younger cricket in the UAE, when it used to get hot, obviously you would always want a drink, some water, some Gatorade or something like that. But it just takes you off the game. You lose that concentration. A lot of the times you see wickets falling, almost immediately after break. And I think these two batsmen here now probably want to avoid that to make sure that they don't lose their wicket uh, in this period of play.
Yeah.
But from a bowling team's perspective, you've gotten a break as a bowler. You've had a drink, you've cooled your body a bit. It gives you a little bit more energy to come and bowl your effort balls, and I feel like that again probably is the difference as well. So let's have a look at Vincent again. Bowls very straight. That
Do
Abai
you think we
able to
might
just
be
play it back.
expecting a wicket this over? Now he's going to be bowling against Zoeb Chan.
Yeah,
They need to get his wicket as quickly as possible for them to somehow, like how to
I
say,
think he prefers
put
bowling
them.
to Zoeb only because of the angle that is created, with his
Mhm.
action.
Yeah.
Zoeb obviously going at a very slow rate, 20 of 23 so far, guys. So he'll probably want to start get going as well. He wants to
Mhm.
maybe let loose and try to score some runs quickly as well. So I think that's something that you need to keep in mind. And if he's not able to, that's probably going to make him a little bit restless as well. So all of these factors that we need to remember. Again, mentioned coming to Zoeb, he pulls the ball. There is a fielder at square leg. Uh, I think it's ended up being there's a misfield, but they don't
Just a
end
two
up
runs
giving
from
away
that.
the boundary. So
Yeah.
yeah, just the two of that ball. They get to that 60-run mark. I think that maybe a couple of overs too late to get to that mark, in my opinion. But again, the game's not done, guys.
Another single with three more balls to go in this over. He's going to be bowling against Dadabai, who has not well settled. He has faced only three balls, and you're going to be facing against the leading wicket taker of this game. How do you think the pressure is on Dadabai at this point, Goku? Do you think Vincent might be able to take his wicket now?
I think Vincent just needs to make sure that he bowls fast and straight. As long as he does
Yeah,
those two things, you're probably in for a wicket. If he gives him any length or even like that that
that's a
short ball,
bounce.
yeah.
The short ball is not what you expect now in order to take a wicket.
Again, I
It's
understand why he wants the short ball. He probably wants the batsman Darabai to take the short ball on, try to clear the field. But I don't think
yeah,
that's the kind of player Darabai is. I think he's the kind of guy who's gonna be happy in just rotating strike. And I think
yeah.
we've seen that before as well in some of the games that we were looking into of his. When he does bat, he's probably scoring maybe marginally under 100 strike rate. So he's probably somebody who's just going to rotate strike as much as he can. Another single from Zoeb Chand.
Mr. Chant.
That means Darabha is going to be facing the last ball of the over, and I feel like potentially this could be a wicket ball, Pritesh.
Let's see if that works out very well for Nigeria bowlers. Vincent Adobe having taken three wickets, giving out only 11 runs so far. great bowling spell from him
There
today.
we go. Last
So
ball of the over.
that's a
Oh,
dot.
he's beaten him all ends up. He's just missed the outside edge and he's missed the off stump as well. So really unfortunate for him to not have a fourth wicket in this inning so far, Vincent. But fair play to Dadabai to just get past that over. And I think 63 for six. In the 11 overs that they've played so far, probably not where they would have seen themselves when they came out to bat today. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. 63 runs is what you should be expecting coming out of power play, I would say.
Yeah, at certain
It's
times,
not,
maybe not today because the target isn't as high, but
yeah,
obviously as a
but
team
still,
playing T20 cricket, you expect a lot more than 66 runs, sorry, 63 runs. And after that 11th over, you probably want to
yeah,
be at least
I agree to
around
that
like
too. Let's see.
80 or 82 runs at least, just to give yourself a chance of chasing the game down
Yeah,
comfortably. But they haven't been able to get there. As a strong appeal from the keeper, the
so,
bowler not really interested. I think there was an inside edge on there. The batsman having some strong words, the wicket keeper showing off his bat as well. Some intimidation tactics,
ooh.
I think. So, guys, if you don't want to miss out on some aggressive plays potentially taking place, I would strongly recommend you guys click on that link and join us on cricketlaunch.tv.
It's a good bowling from
Yeah,
Sylvester so far, but
and this time it's the keeper's
he didn't get
chance
the
because they should
wicket.
intimidate the batsman. He's almost looking behind and forcing him to, potentially take a run. Uh, how does this game, set up now, Kritesh? Do you think there's anything interesting that's going to be happening?
I think this is the time when Zoeb Chand, he would have lost his cool. We might be expecting more intent from Zoeb Chand. Just that Sylvester Ogpay the bowling is pretty difficult to judge, and the turn on the ball, which we spoke so far, it's really great. And it's been difficult, even though they want to score runs, they're not capable because of the bowling. So
Yeah.
that brings the possibility of a wicket taking opportunity, I'll say. So let's see if he stays positive or getting lost to school, will he lose his wicket?
That's another inside edge. They're lucky not to drag it onto his own stumps from the Dubai. Again, he's probably had it, really hard. He's had to come into the point in the game where uh,
Yeah.
he can't lose his wicket. He can't take
Hmm.
the bowlers on, and at the same
Yeah.
time, he can't, try to rotate strike. It's almost like everything he's trying, he's basically just missing altogether. So good work from
With
the keeper.
every dot ball, the required run rate keeps on climbing up, Gokul. Now the required run rate is 9. Great stumping from keeper, but
Pyro says,
he was back in
"Dead
time.
game, lol. I want fights." Pyro, I'm sorry. I don't know if you
Why would
realize
you?
this is not a UFC match. This is a cricket match.
Also, there is no possibility for a fight, I would say. It is not a 50-50 game. There is not a lot of aggression
I
going on in
actually
the
thought
pitch.
that he meant fight, as in like between the keeper and the batsman fight. So apologies there if that's not what you meant there, Pyro.
Yeah,
Um, but again, I don't think there's a lot in this game now. And
definitely. Uh, let's see.
could there be a
They
wicket that
can't be
potentially
going.
comes
Just you
into play? But
mentioned,
again,
it's getting towards more like a dead game, I would say. Very few runs coming off in an over when you should be scoring at a 9 or closer to 10 rate. This is not what you expect.
yeah.
Scoring just 3 or 4 runs, not even 4 runs in an over. Someone needs to decide that they need to change the intent and go for boundaries,
Yeah,
take some
definitely.
risky shots.
Because
And do
might
you
as
think
well,
who
right?
will
Might
take
as well.
the,
Why,
yeah,
why, why would you want to just wait around and basically end up getting all out in the 18th over? You probably want
yeah,
to, show some aggression, take them
mhm,
on.
yeah.
Dadabai, for example, now might want to take the ball. There we go. It's a brilliant shot through covers, but there's a fielder there at deep covers who's going to make sure that it's just a single but better intent from
This is
Dadabai.
what we expect now. Show some intent. So one of them have to take the responsibility of going for some risky shots, who might put their wickets on risk. I think Dadabai is the man who should do that at this point
Yeah.
because even if they
Zoeb
can
is more
afford to
of an
lose,
anchor, isn't he? So
yeah,
I think it's just going to be a single player off the legs. Luckily for Vincent there, Zoeb didn't really attempt a big shot, but I think that's the
yeah,
kind of ball that should be a boundary. That fielder at fine leg is in the circle. If
Yeah.
you just get some level of power on it, you're going to be able to clear the boundary, clear the 30-yard circle and get a boundary. But to just get a single off that ball, I feel like it's just not the best batting. So,
Another single.
yeah.
It's this these number of singles you should be expecting coming out of power play, Google. Not at this point when you need runs.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like
They
the
need
intent that they showed
72
now
runs in
isn't what they
46
need to be doing.
balls.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with you on that as well, Krikesh. I feel like the intent has been poor throughout the innings, and
very
it's
poor.
come like they've been really aggressive in periods where didn't need to be, and now they're very defensive and they need to be a bit more aggressive. They need to get going. So it's just been
Yeah.
all singles so far in the over. I think Vincent looks like he's out of gas a bit as well. He doesn't look to be running in with a lot of
I think
intent.
he doesn't care about taking wickets now. He has already taken 3 wickets so far.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind. Now his role is just to control the scoring. And the way he is doing it, he doesn't mind giving out few singles because they're not expecting singles now. They're looking for boundaries. And at this stage, if you're giving out singles, you're more than happy. There's no need for you to take wicket. This singles, just giving them chance to take singles only will put pressure
Oh,
on the batting.
I think it's a drop catch there, Kritesh. I feel like that's another outside edge, but it hasn't carried to the keeper by the looks of it. So
Yeah.
another lucky lifeline for the Dubai. The last Vincent over, you should have, realistically gotten out in that last ball. So
Yeah.
we'll just have to see. And again, Dubai is probably not the tallest batsman there is. So
Mhm.
anything that hits the pads, he's also, covering the stumps as soon as the ball comes in. So I think it's something that you need to keep in mind. It's a better shot through uh, covers again, so it's just going to be a single. So
Just another single, just 5 runs off this over from the last over of Vincent. He has given only 16 runs, taking 3 wickets in his spell so far today.
yeah,
Great bowling from Vincent, I would say. And the score after 13 overs is 70 for 6. Dadabai at 7, whereas Zoeb Chand has scored 27 runs after facing 31 balls. Both of them, they haven't played aggressively. Well, not even aggressively, I would say. They've not even played in the normal pace what you expect in this chase.
yeah.
They're going very slower, as Byron Leach mentioned, dead game. It's kind of going towards that point where I don't see any intent from them. You can see the Zambia chances still that they've got 8% chance
Yeah, and we've
with
seen it time and time again in this competition and other competitions as well. Teams coming back from almost like a 3-4% chance to end up winning the game. So I think you can't say that they're fully out of it, and I think it's just probably the wickets, the amount of wickets that they have left. Obviously,
yeah.
so less. That's probably the reason why the prediction is so low. Joshua is the new bowler in. Bowls right arm slow, quite a lot of cutters. So I think this is going to be
Mhm.
an interesting matchup, and I think this is probably like the time for Zoib and Dadabai to just go
Yeah.
for it now, because the least experienced bowler has now come out to bowl, and you could potentially get a wicket. Potentially get a few runs here. He's played it through a square, and I think he's going to get a couple of runs.
So another single there. It's a single. Come on, you guys should be aiming for boundaries, not singles here. We need to see some intent here. We can't be looking at the singles and twos. Any chance, guys, for Zambia to win from Ananas? Uh,
I don't think so.
I don't think
I think
from
if they
eight
want to have a
percentage
chance,
they've
they need to
gone
just
down
go.
to seven
They just
percentage.
need to go like very aggressive, like hyper aggressive. Now, if
Yeah,
they don't do that, they're not going to have
yeah,
any chance of even getting close to the target in the end, which is really unfortunate because I think we both were rooting for Zambia. Them being new to the international stage, we wanted like the underdog team to win. They did really
yeah.
well with the ball. Till that last over in that innings, I felt like there was a really good chance of them actually, getting something out of this game. But unfortunately, it looks like they've just struggled, and that 20 run over in the end is just too much for them now. Because imagine if that last over went for only 6 instead of 20. That looks more like much more attainable for them. All of a sudden, that looks like they're still in the game. But I feel like now it's
At this
just
point,
a struggle for
it's
them.
more like for them to be scoring 2 runs of every ball they face in order to keep them back in the attack. But I don't think that is happening with these two. Very slow game. Very, very slow game.
We got some change of intent from Zoeb. But there is a fielder there at deep square
Just
leg. He's
another
just gonna,
single, Coco.
yeah.
Another single. How many singles you have seen so
Guys,
far?
what are the odds of
Lot
it
of
being
single.
anything other than single? Very low. That's all I have to say. I think almost every ball in the last, I think, except in the last 10 balls,
Yeah,
it's been, no, last 11
almost
balls,
eight.
it's been
Um,
two dot balls and everything else is singles. As a big
yeah,
shot attempted from Dadabai. Let's have a look to
I
see
think
if
it
it
might be
goes all the
possible wicket.
way. I'm just trying to have a look to see. I think it's gone all the way, Kritesh. I'm not quite sure. Just waiting to see the confirmation from the umpire there. Bear with us, guys. They're looking at it to see if it's gone all the way. Zambia to score 40 runs asks better for life. I think 40 more
At this
runs.
point, we would say no chance. 40 more runs. I think they might be able to score 40 more runs if they
Yeah.
have to face 40 balls. The way they've been
I think
scoring
that's actually
singles,
a
so many
scoring
singles.
error there, guys. I think they've only given it as 5 runs on the stream. But I think it is a six. It should be 81. So if you guys are watching the
81 run, yeah.
stream, apologies for that. I'm sure they'll just get it resolved soon. So I think just to sum your answer up there, better for life. I think they are going to struggle quite a bit now to get 40 runs. Again, these two have been going at a very slow rate. Both of them under 100. So I think if they do change their intent, if they try to up a gear, I think they're going to end up losing their wicket. Gogri asks how many wickets down. There's 6 wickets down. Gogri, 80 of 6 after 14 overs, and Zoid the man on strike now. Vincent, the main bowler so far, comes in. It's a very heavy heave from Zoeb, not really getting any connection, and Hussaini in the boundary just covers it up. So it's just going to be the single, and this is probably what you don't want if you're Dadabai. You don't want to be facing Vincent, who's been really good today. Obviously 3 for 16 so far, trying to get that 5 and this is his last opportunity. So I think he's got 5 balls now to get a couple of wickets to
Yeah.
get to his 5. It's a really good ball, but it's squeezed through the covers region. It's just going to be another single for
Another
Dadabai. So
single.
it's just quite a lot of singles, just a lot of ones, guys, over the last few overs. So just keep that in mind as well. If you guys are making any predictions. What do you think is going to happen in the next couple of overs, Kritesh? Do you think there's going to be a change in intent, or do you think it's going to
I can see, that they're showing some intent, but it's very difficult for them to score runs against this bowling. So I'm not quite sure if the intent they have is going to work out in the way that they'll be able to score runs. I think we have seen the fielding placement has also been very great. So even though they show the intent, there is a fielder everywhere they try to score, and it ends up being just single. Our run prediction says that they are in for 119 runs from here, Goku. Do you agree to that?
No, I feel like 119 might be a little bit uh, too much, considering that if a wicket goes now, they're going to struggle to do anything, right?
Yeah.
But again, I think a lot of people did say that they bat deep and they have quality players. Better for Life says Nigeria is the best team here. I actually don't think. I think Rwanda might be the best team in the competition, but in today's game, definitely, I think Nigeria's class.
Yeah,
And I feel
has
like
been very good so far with the Nigerians in this game. As you mentioned, Gokul, I think here it is going to be bit competition between Nigeria and
yeah, it's another
Rwanda, you
boundary
mentioned.
there though, Kritesh.
That's
So that's
another
gonna
slowly
massively
the
help.
intent is coming up. Better for life as
No,
Kenya
Kenya is
is
not. I
playing.
think Kenya is in the East African T20 Cup, and this is obviously the West African Cup. So I think it's
So
Sierra
we
Leone,
have Rwanda,
Rwanda,
and we have
Nigeria,
also got
Zambia, and I think one more team. I
yeah.
forgot which one it was. Who's it?
I think it is just
At least 5 teams,
these
no?
four, yeah, just 5 teams: Nigeria, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, and I think Ghana might be playing as well. So Gogri asked, what is the current run rate and what is the required run rate? I think
So the current
required
run
run
rate
rate
is,
is
I think it's
closer
6,
to,
right? And
yeah,
required
required
run
is
rate
10.
is nearly, it's like it's more than 9.5 basically.
Yeah, I think they should be aiming at 10, and they should be aiming every ball for 2 runs. They get a dot ball, they have to compensate it with the
Yeah.
boundary. They have to go for it. the runs required is 51 and 31 balls, Gogri. So I think he is pretty well concerned for Zambia. He is a Zambia supporter, I think so. So good bowling as well. There is no part-time bowlers in Nigeria. Everybody seems very confident. Wins and going back for his last over, I think so. Might be a wide. I felt it was just on line, but
Yeah,
maybe
but
if
the
it's going
umpire has
offside,
given it as
wide,
wide. Yeah.
wide. So, guys, if you're watching this, we might be expecting a crazy chase or a great defending from Nigeria. So, please feel free to click on the link which is pinned in the comment section. It'll
Yeah.
take you to Cricket Launch TV where you get to watch this game free of cost and no ads, no disturbance for you, just action and drama. So, please click on the link,
Some
save it for
high
the future
quality
games
cricket
as
here,
well.
guys. High quality cricket. So just make sure that you save that link in your browser so you can watch free cricket. Again, another thing, Kritish, how often do people watch free cricket anymore? I'm a big
Yeah,
advocate of free cricket, and that's another wicket for the Nigeria bowlers. So they're going to be really happy with it. But if Life
yeah.
asks, Kuwait T20 today? No. So we had a lot of requests from a lot of the people in the chat that they wanted us to cover more international games. So we have started off with this international competition, the West Africa T20 competition. So this is the
But
first
if you're
game.
someone very much interested in the Kuwait T20, the
Yeah,
Falcon Champions Trophy, it is still being telecasted on Cricket Launch TV. You can go on Cricket Launch TV and you get to watch the games. But just that we won't be covering it on
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah. But it'll
We'll be
still be
covering a lot
live
of
on. It'll still be
yeah
live on
cricket.
Cricket Launch. So you can just watch there as well if you want. And if that's something that you're interested in. Gogri asks tonight. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Gogri. Are you asking if you're going to cover another game tonight? Because we will be covering the second game in this competition today. But make the
Cricket
fixed
for
it.
life says, I think Gogri wants the Falcons Champions Trophy as well for tonight. Unfortunately, we won't be covering the Falcons Champions Trophy. So, if you want us to do it, it is a lot of work for us. From morning, we have been covering two games, and if you want us to do the third game,
Third game
if
as
you're
well.
very
Yes,
much
as well.
interested, maybe we'll try covering that. But it is obviously on Cricket Launch TV. You
Yeah.
can have a watch of it.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah. Gogari says Falcons are more dramatic. Yeah, I feel like in that Falcons competition, you
This
never
is
know.
also getting a bit dramatic now, Gokul. You can see boundaries coming
Yeah, but
in.
they've
Do
also
you think
lost the
they?
wicket, right? So if they didn't lose the
Yeah.
wicket, sure, I would have agreed. But
We have the David Patel, the captain for Zambia. We had, I think Shane was backing it.
yeah, Shane was backing.
No,
Yeah.
no, it was Aman Khan who said still Zavid Patel is
Oh, that is
left
true.
their captain,
Aman, if
true
you're
power
here,
hitter.
your main batsman has come out to play. So let us know you're here and let us know your opinions. Is he still gonna be able to, get this team back?
I
Um,
think the
would be great.
Zambia's percentage from 7-6, it has slowly climbed
Okay.
up to 17. It is because of
Apologies,
the
apologies, Gogari. I didn't realize because this game obviously we don't have the streaming rights for this match in the Middle East. We are unable to show it for our Middle Eastern, supporters live. But obviously, if you're in India, if you're in Europe, if you're in Africa, you can then watch it, live on cricketlaunch.tv. It's just for Middle East. Somebody else has the streaming rights, so we don't have the option to show it live. So yeah, you know what? If you do want to stay up to date, you can just ask us in the chat, and we'll let you know essentially what is going on in the game. It's 93 for 7 after 15.1 overs, I think it's so far. So really sorry about that, Gogri, but we'll do our best to make sure that we can arrange something in a way in which you can also watch this game live like the rest of us. Better for Life says VPN buy. I don't think you're allowed to use VPNs though in the Middle East. So just make sure that you check up on the rules and regulations before you do anything,
yeah.
guys. We don't want to give you any wrong advices. So again, that's another incredibly close call. Zoeb trying to cut that ball through point, but not really getting any connection on it, which probably ended up saving him there. Yeah, but I think overall Nigeria is going to be happy with the way they've come back, especially after that horror start in the first innings. Finished the first innings on a high, 20 runs in that final over, getting to 138, and then coming out and bowling almost, incredible consistency. and getting them to a position where they're struggling quite a bit now. Another cut shot attempted by Zoe, but this time he connects it, and
Even
it's going to be a
though they
single.
managed to get a boundary, Gokul, the required run rate still stays closer to 10. So
Yeah,
in fact, it has climbed up slowly to closer to 10. Before it is exactly 10 now.
yeah.
They need 45 runs of 27 balls now. Zoeb, so David Patel facing his first ball. The power hitter, as mentioned by Aman. We'll see if he's capable of going for the power shots. Good shot from David Patel. Positive one. You won't be expecting a tail ender to play a confident and positive shot like David Patel,
Yeah.
but I think he has got the capability. Just we'll see if he's able to take his team to the victory. Oh, there we go. Another ball from Isayaku. Great shot from Zerchand. It's a boundary.
Yeah, he's placed it really well there, into that gap, and all of
Mhm.
a sudden a little bit more probability now for Zambia. Nigeria getting a bit too confident, Kritesh, and I feel like the fielding, is shown there as well. They're not showing that level of intensity that they had early on, and
Mhm.
suddenly they're struggling a bit. I think Namibia is slowly crawling back into this game.
Yeah, maybe. If another boundary, things might change, Gokul. Another boundary in the last ball, we'll see.
Yeah, definitely another
Things might
boundary
completely
now,
change.
and we're looking at a completely different game all of a sudden, guys. So if you guys are not watching already, make sure you click that link in the chat box,
It's a
guys.
single, but good thinking from Zoeb Chand to
Yeah,
keep the strike back on. It is Zoeb Chand on 40 runs. Do you think he might be able to get his half century today, Gokul?
I think almost if you're a Zambian supporter, you almost need, you're desperate for him to get to that half century mark, Ritesh, or else they're going to struggle. But every run getting cheered on by the Zambian team in the dugout because they know how valuable it is. When these two are batting, they know that there is a likelihood of them winning this game. So 40 or 40, he hasn't played a quick innings, but he's played a much needed innings. And let's have a look to see if he can, get his team to the end.
Yeah, we'll see. But four more overs to go. You need 39 runs, almost 10 runs every over. If they have one off over where they're able to score more than 10 runs, it might release all the pressure they have.
Yeah.
But we also need to consider that they are out of wickets. They've got only 3 wickets in hand, and they can't risk taking another wicket. So we'll see who is bowling this over.
Some more chats coming in. I'm just having a look.
Thanks for the link, guys. Needed the quick stream, or else price changes too fast. I get shit returns.
Happy that the stream is useful for you, Pyro. Hope.
Google, it is that dangerous man Hussein Prosper back into attack. I don't think
Yeah, I
Zambia
think
have got a
you
chance
never
left.
know. You never know. Let's have a look to see what happens because obviously Prosper, the guy who came and
Mhm.
got the wickets early on in that first over, it's an incredible start. Into his new spell, Yorker to get himself going. He's bowling at good pace as well. Kritesh, he's a really tall bowler, quality bowler. He's bowling at around 130, 135 pace every ball, and obviously at this level to just have somebody who can be consistent and then bowl at that pace is, I feel like, a massive bonus. And let's just have a look to see if he's able to potentially get the breakthrough for his team as well. So just to let you guys know as well, the game along with the rest of the tournament is free to watch on cricketlaunch.tv. There's a big shot attempted, Kritesh, and there's a boundary for
Another
Zoeb Chand.
four. This is
It's a
what we have
much
been
needed
talking about, Gokul.
boundary.
One off over, and you're back in the attack.
Exactly.
Zambia, the chances for them is slowly climbing up. It is 30 now.
33%.
If it
33%.
33.
Guys, if you ever supported Zambia in this game, this is your chance now to click on that link and watch this game live because I feel like one of the greatest comebacks we have seen in international cricket at this level in a long time is potentially likely at this point. Usaini Prosper, getting chipped over the leg side by Zoeb Chand for four, and all of a sudden that's another boundary. I think I'm not quite sure No, it's just a single. Apologies. I initially thought that ended up going for a four, but all of a
That'll be
sudden,
crazy if they ended up going
yeah,
for a four goal.
yeah. Again, they have time to score the runs. It's just, do they have the wickets? A wicket now, especially that of Zoeb Chand, and the game's
Uh, it is
almost done.
David Patel on strike, facing against one of the top bowlers they've got. Good batting from him, great shot, but just a single out of that
Yeah,
great above shot, I would say. Not the outcome you would expect,
yeah.
but still, it's fine. Bringing Zoeb Chand back into attack. Do you think he'll be able to score his 50 of style, scoring a six, which is
Yeah,
clearly.
definitely. I feel like there's a really good likelihood of there being a big shot attempted in this ball. Obviously,
Yeah.
with the pace of Prosper, if you can get a decent enough connection on the ball, the ball's going to go a really long way back. And I don't think they've scored a six so far in the innings as well. So maybe
Oh, good. That's a
Zo.
great shot. Very high up in the air. That's a dropped catch. You don't want to
Oh,
drop Zoeb Chance at this point.
that's so
There's a single.
unfortunate. It's a top edge. Good effort in the field. Diving front. He was coming in at a lot of pace, and the throw was a bit nonsensical. But in the end of the day, it didn't cost them a lot. So I think he's probably satisfied with the fielding effort from his fielder there. But again, I expected that to be taken. A lot of athletic fielders in the between these two teams, and we've seen. I think that's the first drop catch of the day, and that's not really a drop catch anyway because of how hard it
It's a
was. So
great effort
it's
as
a
well.
great effort as well, like Kritesh said, and I think we're at a point now where anything is possible, guys. Um, the
He's stepping
likelihood,
out brave, but not the outcome he expected.
yeah,
Just a single there. I think they're happy giving out some singles.
yeah.
All the fielders are placed closer to the boundary, though. Can't risk taking any boundaries
Yeah,
at
definitely.
this
The
point.
boundaries will almost push the game almost in favor of Zambia at this point. So a single or
31
double,
runs of
zero
18
really matters.
balls. End of 17 overs, guys. The score is 108 for 7. Zoeb Chen scored 46 of 44. Even though it was a slow innings, he managed to keep his wicket until the end, keeping Zambia back in the attack. It is David Patel who is the captain, scoring 3 of 3. We haven't seen any power shots from David Patel, as mentioned by Aman in the chat. He initially said that David Patel is a very powerful hitter.
Yeah.
He might be single-handedly able to take Zambia to the
Aman was
victory,
pretty,
but
vocal about Javed Patel being a big hitter,
yeah.
but he hasn't really
Hmm.
hit anything till now. It's been
Hmm.
Zoib Chand, but we'll just have to
Hmm.
wait and see if anything happens. Yeah, Goggin
Yeah,
says Zambia has not given up. Definitely not. 108 for
definitely not.
7 in 17 overs. This game is still wide open, guys. It's a big heave, but I think it's just going to be another
Another
single good
single.
field placement from the captain, not really giving them any boundary opportunities. So Isaac
Yeah.
Okpe, he already has a wicket. Again, very tall bowler. He's asked his fielders to stay back in the boundary, not come in. So I think he's going to be outside off stump for Zoib Chand now. We just have to wait and see what he does.
Yeah. 40 runs in 80 balls. No, it's just 30 runs in 17 balls, Gogri. So we'll see what happens. If they chase it, it is going to be crazy chase. From almost 3% chance, they came back into the game. And it is single-handedly Zoeb Chand. Obviously, with the bowling attack, it was Azam Khan, Muhammad Azam, who helped him, bringing them back into like chances of winning from almost 17, closer to 10%. They
Yeah,
brought them back to 50%.
Isaac Okpe now back into the attack, guys. I think he's bowling right arm around to the left, and Zoeb Chand, 46 of 44. And let's have a look. I think it's going to be a wide ball, and he's probably not happy with himself there because that was clearly a wide. I'm not quite sure if he's complaining with the umpire because I'm pretty convinced that that was a wide myself as well. So I don't think there's any confusion there. Let's have
Yeah.
a look to see if he's able to recoup after bowling that wayward wide ball. It's a full length delivery. There is a fielder there,
Mhm.
so the chip shot only ends up getting them one run. So
Mhm.
still a lot of work left for both the teams if they want to, guarantee that they're going to be able to win this game. What are your thoughts, Kritesh?
They're still in the attack, Gokul, with Zoeb Chand and David Patel. He says he is definitely capable. We can see he has not lost any balls. Just I was telling, that's a wicket. They have taken
So there we go,
David
Javed
Patel,
Patel. So
Javed
Aman
Patel, sorry.
Khan, unfortunately, your prediction not coming true. You said he's gonna hit them into a victory. Unfortunately, not this time, says Isaac Okpe. He gets
Guys,
his
if
man.
you're watching this game, it's getting very interesting towards the last two
Very intense,
overs
guys.
with Zoeb Chand on 47 runs. If you want to watch this game, please click on the link on the comment section which says Cricket Launch TV. It'll take you to the website where you get to watch this game for free. Too much drama, too much pressure. Anything can happen at this point. There might be a chance for all out from Nigerian bowling
Yeah,
attack,
there might
or
be a
else the
chance of
referees
Zoeb Chand comeback. You never know.
single-handedly taking team to victory.
Exactly.
So anything is possible, guys. So please click on the link. It'll
Yeah,
take you to Cricket Launch TV.
definitely.
Yeah, join us with this thrilling and
Feel free to
exciting
subscribe to the YouTube
chase.
channel as well, guys, because we try to cover as many games as possible live on our YouTube as well, so that you guys have somebody to ask you questions to, maybe ask for some insights as well. We do our best to have as much stats as we can to back up our understanding of the game when we give you the opinions that we give. So if you are interested in that, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, guys. And
Yeah.
we will get into that stage where anything is likely to happen. So if you guys have any questions or any insights, any inputs, we would appreciate it as well. Oppe coming back in, bowling to Shoaib Pendi. There's only 2 wickets left in this innings. Could we see a hat trick? We had a hat trick chance in the first innings, ended up not getting out in the first. Sorry, the batsman ended up not getting out in that hat trick chance. Is there a
Yeah.
potential likelihood of that happening now? We'll have to wait and see, guys.
Good bowling again. Dot ball. You can't afford dot ball at this point.
But again, it doesn't really matter when Soependi, the new batsman, is in. He's gonna struggle in finding any level of like consistency to be able to like play a bowler like Isaac Okpe, who's very hard even for the experienced top order batsman to face. Gowgri is, I think, very upset. Probably Gowgri was backing Zambia as well. Very unfortunate. Zambia fire. I think more like Zambia are getting lit on fire because all of a sudden they look like they're going to basically just burn out. It's a really good ball, Yorker length ball, but Pendy takes it on, and I think that's a first six of the innings, Kritesh, and it's
Yeah,
from the
they're back into
number
the
10
attack.
batsman. Guys, what is going on? Somebody please explain to me how this game
Too
isn't done
much
and
drama,
dusted.
too much drama.
Zoe
22
Pendy,
runs need.
number 10 batsman, taking Okpe on, belting him straight over his head, and that's a massive six. And I think that's Gogri's magic. Gogri said Zambia are on fire, and I think it's more about Pendy. Pendy is on absolute fire. Second ball, pressure situation, Yorker length ball. He almost cleared his front foot, made room for the shot, and absolutely smoked the ball over the bowler's head for six. All of a
Oh my
sudden,
God, that's another
this
dot
game
ball.
is
Good comeback
wide
from
open.
Isaac Okpe.
Yes, a much
Good
needed dot
comeback.
ball. I think it was going down
Yeah.
legs, so no appeal from the bowler. But the last ball of the over, I think it was a dot ball. So the wide ball ended up not costing them anything more. Gogri says Dhoni style.
Gogri won. I think if Dhoni style, we can be
MS
expecting it
Pendy.
from Sohaib Pendi.
MS Pendy on strike, guys. Do you think MS Pendy has what it takes to win the game for his beloved Zambia? 117
So
for
we need
8, 2
yeah,
overs to go.
22
Nigeria
runs
under
needed in
pressure,
12 balls,
Zambia under
11
pressure.
runs each over, 11 runs each over. That's what they need.
We've got
22
11
runs.
people watching the game live on YouTube with us as well. Kritesh.
We'll
So I
see
am
if
feeling
Sohaib Pendi turns out into MS Dhoni, as
MS
Gogri
Pendy.
mentioned.
Exactly. Let's have a look, guys. Let's have a look to see if something absurd is possible. Is that spin coming into the bowling now? I don't think the spinner is probably the smart option now. I'd probably even bring the medium pacer on, but we'll just have to wait and see. there is still hope for Anon, there's still hope for Gogri, and there's still hope for everybody else who backed the Zambian team.
Yeah.
There's still 2 overs left in this game, guys. 117 for it. Zoeb Pindi 6 of 3, and Zoeb Chand 47. I just realized, Kritish, there's Zoeb with a Z and
Yeah.
Soeb with a S. Interesting.
We'll see. We'll see. Too much drama happening now.
A lot of pressure on everybody at this moment, guys. Here we go. It's another interesting attempt. Oh my god, he's bowled in.
My God, that's a wicked, very bad attempt
Zoeb
from
Chand
Fendi.
tried ramping a short ball. I don't know what the logic was there. And he's ended up getting himself bowled out. He's basically dragged the ball back onto the stumps and he is out. So there you go. As soon as there was some hope building up for Zambia, Zoeb Chand, after doing so much hard work, 47 of 45, ends up throwing his wicket away and he gets out. And Kritish, another batsman not able to get to the personal milestone and ending up losing their wicket before the half century, and Gogri says no half century as well. Again, very unfortunate, but I think there we go. The predictions of a potential all out as well coming to fruition.
Yeah, this is what we were mentioning about the possibility for all out is in. The possibility of Zoeb Chand scoring 50 has clearly gone out, but the possibility for Zambia to win the game is still in. We'll see what can happen. What more can you ask for from a chase? Initially, as Pyro Legion mentioned, it was more like a dead game, but they're back into life. 22 runs required with 11 balls to go. Especially you're playing against Prosper Hussaini, who is the leading wicket taker, has
Yeah.
been very economical so far in this game. So it's going to be very
Isn't it
difficult.
so lucky to be the Nigerian captain, though, Kritish? You
Yeah.
have so many quality bowlers to choose from, so many, class medium paces, fast bowlers, spin options to choose from. It's almost like he's spoiled for choice. And I think that quality in the bowling lineup is the difference between the two teams today. And I think that's the reason why they're going to end up falling short here, Zambia. Let's have a look to see if there's a potential wicket, this ball. And it comes in as a quick ball at the stumps. Badshah does enough to get some bat on it, and it's going to be a single, but nothing significant enough. It's not going to be enough for them to get anywhere near
Do you
the
think
target.
I think the chances of them chasing the target might be a bit low, but do you think they might be able to save themselves from getting all out, Gokul?
No, I actually feel like they're going to struggle to do that as well because I feel like they've got another 3 balls of Hussaini's over to face, and it's
Mhm.
also Soy Pendi who's facing it, who I feel is just going to go after it. So let's have a look to see what he does here, guys. Soy Pendi.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
it's a full length ball, and he swung wildly bottom edge, and it somehow ends up to the square leg fielder. I don't think they run for it. I think again that's another indication to me, Kritesh, that a wicket is likely because if Aslam Bacha gets on strike, you're probably looking at an all out very easily. I think that's
Yeah,
there we go. Aslam is on strike. Let's have a look to see what Hussaini can do. I think it's going to be
that's another
fast,
dot
it's going to
ball.
be quick, and it's going to be straight. Yorker length. There's a fielder right there,
Oh,
so it's
it's
another
too
dot
much
ball.
pressure. Now it's clearly that Zambia are out of the game, Gokul.
Yeah.
They need 20 runs in 7 balls. That's no way
Mm.
possible from the
Unless
bottom to batters.
Soy
Unless, yeah.
Pendi. MS Pendy, guys. MS Pendy. If MS Pendy can come back and make a massive
Impact and
impact and
take
score
them.
20
I
runs of that last over, all he needs is 4 boundaries for this.
think that's a
264
wicket,
for.
possible wicket. That's a
It
wicket.
is a
Oh my
wicket. So
God.
last ball of the over. We did say if Aslam Badshah's on strike, he's probably going to get out. Straight, fast, quick. I think he was
Mhm.
pitching outside leg stump though. That's a shocking decision from the umpire. But it's given out. So 119 for 9. And what do we say, Kritesh? We
Yeah,
said that 120 is what we can imagine this
yeah.
Zambia team scoring, and they got 119. So we were just 1 run off from our predictions. I think that's pretty
Yeah,
accurate from us. I'm happy with
yeah,
that.
120 runs is what we expected. So it's the pressure which took the wicket, or else we are spot on Google with the prediction. And
Yeah,
even with the prediction for Nigeria, we expected them to score 150, but we were not. It has to do with the Zambia's bowling. We did not expect their bowling to be that great,
yeah.
but yeah, obviously a great innings till the last ball, as you mentioned, Google. Till the last over, at least they had the fight on. So, guys, please stay tuned in. We have one more game coming up in the West Africa T20I Trophy, match number 2 from the same stadium, I think. Uh, let's see if that game gets more interesting and exciting, very similar to the first one.
Yeah, I think that should definitely be a good game because obviously Rwanda's playing as well, and they're a
Yeah,
top quality team. So I'm sure that's going to be an even more exciting game.
exciting game.
Which I don't
Versus
know how
Sierra
is that even
Leone.
possible, but let's just have a look to see how that game goes as well, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for this game, and we hope to catch you for the next game as well. Make sure that you tune in for that as well.
Yeah, see you guys soon. Bye.